Welcome to the Out There channel. We're doing a live stream again. This one's on a Thursday. I mean, my Friday, American Thursday. And Charles is with me again, and we're going to see if we can fix this slowdown. I've added some extra code, which I hope will terminate the background process that's given us problems. Now, someone said that we were getting repeats happening during the live show yesterday. Like we'd say a certain word and it would be repeated 3 times before it carried on. That's no good.
I didn't notice in the program.
I didn't notice any problem either. We're still getting more subs here, as you can see, once we get back to the desktop. CPU is still hanging around high, 90 to 100%. And when you hit equals, for some reason the CPU peaks. Like I said, it's just a matter of taming the software. If there's a rogue process in Windows, we eventually will find out and terminate it, because I'm the Terminator.
I'll be back.
Hello. I wonder if that will play too. Let's just give that a try. Good to be back. Good to be back. I'll be back. It hasn't played the good back. Oh, there we go. It's a wee bit behind because of the CPU. Hello. Good to be back. They can shut us down on YouTube, but we can move platforms all the time. And there we go. We're back to the desktop, and so far it's working alright, I think. And we got 2 people out there. Is that the 2 people? Is it me and you?
Yep,
I don't know. Is it? Are you sure?
Well, I think there's 2 comments in the chat, so I think that's just me and you. I don't think anybody else there.
Yeah. Well, it says we've
If there's anybody else in the message, just say something.
Yeah. That's the only way we'll know if you're out there. Yeah. Possibly. I'm still learning this Twitch thing. It's a shame that we got 9 followers now. We got a long way to go before we get 2,000 again. It's pretty bad turnout, really. You'd think there'd be a lot of people in UK that would tune into us just to even join in on the fun or listen to us.
It's good time. It's good time in the UK for this now as well.
Yeah, I suppose a lot of people work though, don't they? So.
But they're not all working at the minute, though, are they? Because a lot of them are all with this thing going on. They're at home.
Yeah. So we're just going to do a test, and we're going to talk about various UFO topics in the process to see if it slows down. So we might as well make it a useful test, so to speak. So I've written this little batch file here. Who we got?
Another one. Thuggy one.
Thuggy one. That sounds like a birdie name.
Welcome to the channel.
We had all sorts of strange names for our budgies. Okay, so now I've written this little batch file that kills that task. And it just keeps starting up every time we start a different browser, so I've got to make sure I kill it off. I think it's buggy for Windows 10 or since the updates, and it sucks away all our CPU for some reason. So if I double click on that, it runs a shell, and you can see here it's got said no processor running, so it didn't kill them. Oh, maybe I'm not let's say that word.
Vincent.
It ended the processors, I should say.
Vincent, his name. Vincent.
Oh, Vincent. Right, yeah, I know that name.
Vincent Smith.
When did you first join us? What episode was it? I can't quite remember.
With
Is
me?
it? No, Smith.
Oh, Vincent. Oh.
Yeah. That's the same last name as .com, isn't it? Kim Schmidt, I think that's his name. He's the big, large guy. He's like 7 foot tall and 7 foot wide, and he did the cloud server called Mega Upload, and the U.S. government tried to get him because he got invited to set up his business in New Zealand by some sort of corrupt politician.
Yeah.
And maybe it's probably the best thing he ever did, because our court systems just don't give a shit about the American court system. And he's been going 8 years now trying to fight his extradition to America for copyright infringement. Which is a lot of bull crap, because he set up the server and he had DMC, which means you're excluded by what the people upload to the server, right? So, and he gave the tools for removal, but because they put some spyware on him on his Skype calls, they recorded his Skype calls. He was talking to people saying it's meant to be something along the lines that if people upload movies to their server, because they got the removal tool, we can take it down, but it's really not our problem and stuff like that. And we may even encourage people to upload stuff to our server by offering them like affiliations. And of course, they saw that as them trying to encourage them to upload movies on this phone call spying, which was totally illegal, of course, in New Zealand. And then the elections come in, and that national leader got in, Mr. Key, and he was totally corrupt. Another corrupt Biden type sort that's got money buried in overseas countries, left, right, and centre. He played the stock market. He was like an investment broker, right? So he got rich on other people's losses, which sucks. He rushed in overnight the copyright laws, so they could extradite him out of the country. And of course, we've been finding it. And he also rushed in the 3-strike law. So if you downloaded TV shows and Hollywood wanted to find your address through the ISP to be able to sue you, they had to pay $25 for the search, and everybody was given 3 strikes. And the third one, you'd get all the details would be handed over to US to get you prosecuted. Sounds a wee bit like Google, actually, on the 3-strike system that I'm currently facing at the moment, where I was taken out. And they favour the big corporations because that's where they make all the big money, right?
Yeah, like Sky. Sky, they're worldwide. Because a lot of sports.
Called me about UFO encounter. Was that in Ireland? Was it? Was that the one?
A while
back. He's on the side chat here.
Yeah.
I'll zoom in so people can see it. We're sort of just laid back tonight and just talking about various things in the UFO field and how bad everything is. Called me about a UFO encounter. Was that the one that flew over the hedge? Was it out the kitchen window? Was that the one? I talked to Corey. He was.
I remember that video.
I remember Corey. I remember his name. Yeah, but I can't remember what his name was. I think it was like a pseudonym or something back then.
So the problem is, you had to change the flipping names on here.
Yeah,
you don't know who's who.
Smith. Yeah, I just can't remember now which one it was, because we tried to hide people's names if they ask us to and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, sometimes we make a slip up though, because I'm pretty open about all my experiences, right? And I'm not too worried about what people think. But a lot of people out there have the same experiences, and they watch the channel and think, "Wow, this guy is worth talking to." Hopefully, anyway. You can't beat a real experience. But I've yet to experience seeing a triangle UFO or a regular UFO like some of these guys see. Up close personal UFOs, not little dots in the sky.
You just wrote back.
I was a repressed memory from 40 or so years ago. And Green Gate Mall. Right, I remember now. Yeah, that's right. It was like a shopping mall, and it had like railway tracks. I remember that one. That was a long time ago now, wasn't it? Yes, that was a really interesting one too. Do you remember that one, Charles, or was it just before you joined the
No,
channel? So
I haven't seen that
Charles
one.
is still catching up with all the old episodes.
Yeah,
But if you
long way to go.
you best to go into the members playlist, and all of them are in there. I think his one's in there as well.
Mm.
They were walking along the railway tracks and they saw a Bigfoot as well, I think it was, and a UFO which had some missing time, I think it was. Probably worth re-listening to that one again, actually. Have you got any more information that you can give us on that since then? Or any other people come forward that said they had the same happen since we talked about it last? Because, it's always good. You should join our Discord group, and you can always chat to us anytime there. We really do have like a little party events there where everybody just jumps into the music room and has lots of fun. I'll just bring it up on the screen, see how the CPU goes. I'll just show it to what it looks like. Of course, I get full view of everything because I'm the CEO. But Plex has got the same power now. I've given Plex my moderator, Grand Mod as I call him. Let's see how it goes. 100% CPU now. We're
don't
pushing
upset
it.
Plex or he'll kick you off.
Yeah. So this is Discord. It's like it's cross between a social media and like a chat system. So we got these voice rooms here, which I call Mothership and Private UFO, because I get to see everything down the side here. Not everybody sees the Private UFO. So if we get someone that wants to talk to a group of us, they can jump into the Private UFO if they're given permission and talk about their secrets or whatever. And Mothership, anyone can jump in there that's a member. And then we got a lobby. Everybody joins, gets a lobby, and here we got like notifications of announcements that go out to everybody, which haven't been upgraded yet. When you join, you're like a greenhorn, and we have to work out if you're a good or a bad person before we upgrade you to a member, because we get trolls and bad people. We've got a room there for technical help, so if you've got problems with your app or stuff, we can probably help you out there, try and get you working on voice on Discord. This is in the main lobby room at the moment, so when you click on different rooms, you go into different locations. As you see here, announcements at the top. Alright. So, welcome to the group, newcomers. Please make sure to read the tutorials on Discord. It's not hard, but some learning curves. So it is a really complex little program, and you can right click on people's names and do all sorts of things. But yeah, the Windows version is probably a lot better than the apps on the phone, which are cut down. So we also got a live room here where we used to use it quite a bit, so you had to give a role. So we can right click on people like that, and we can tick various things where they get a role, right? Which gives them certain permissions to certain rooms. It's quite easy to moderate it. And of course we also got a lot of robots that help out with the chores and gives us extra functions and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, we got the live stream room, which we don't use too much at the moment because we've switched over to Jitsi, but we can actually patch anyone on voice across to the stream at the time as guests. So it's another good reason to join Discord. We can just patch you straight through. We've got moderators room here with various stuff in it. inactive room. So if you're inactive for an hour, it drops you in there, so it reduces resources. That's like a Discord thing. And then we got the rules and notifications, and we got various rooms here for rules, pictures of people, show times, blacklist, channel earnings. I actually let people know how much I'm spending on things and how much I'm getting. We got a wall of fame and a wall of shame, and tutorials here again, utilities, and all sorts of other things. And we also actually got special rooms here for regular users. So if you want to become a regular user and chat a lot, you can get your own room set up, and you can post pictures and all sorts of things there. And then under that we got UFOs and UAPs, and this is various things where I post links to all the different media sites I use as a backup, really, and people can access them and join them as well. And plus I've got special rooms for Tyler, Third Phase, and other UFO channels for vetting. And then we've got a section on other stuff, Bigfoots and technology and science. So yeah, it's just like a big bulletin board with voice and video. So yeah, good reason to join it. And we got also, I missed the music room, didn't I? The music room is here, so you can actually post. We can talk about general stuff while we're listening to music in that one. And we've got one here called the music room, where you can post links to various videos that you enjoy and want to share it with other people. And we've got a control room called Moonbase 1. So we're the only persons in the world that have got a Moonbase 1 and a mothership. And there we can queue up all various music that plays into the music room. If I click on that one there, we can sit in there and talk if we want to, or we can just listen to music and use the general room up the top here just to chat away to each other. And we don't always just talk about UFOs, we talk about life and just wanting company or whatever, you know. So yeah, I can't really demonstrate the music room because of copyright, but yeah, maybe if you drop in after the show, we can show it off to you. Anyway, that's it. And down this side is the people that can go in each of the rooms or currently in the rooms. And we got various titles here, like owner, grand mod, special guest, and approved users, and offline users, server bots there, and offline users all at the bottom there. So it's gradually grown, and certainly not censored like all the other socials out there. So that went alright for a little demonstration there. Okay, so we need to talk about other stuff and play videos and whatnot. Right, I'll catch up on the side chat in a minute. Where's my thing gone? Is it on that one? I thought it was going slow then, but it's me. I normally rearrange the icons in a certain way here, so I know the front one is where the browser always going to be. So just catch up on here. Oh, you got told off, did you? I was pissed, told the story. I mentioned it to my oldest brother, and he reluctantly said he had a UFO encounter, but we didn't mention any names, though, did we?
No.
Was it a female? Or I think it was another guy, he said, wasn't it? Said that he had UFO encounter in Serrera, Nevada mountains, white camping. Yeah, did you see that one on a TV show with the guy? What was it called now? He went to the desert and set up a trap, a only water hole for miles around, 100 miles around or something, and something strange happened. He reckons that the Bigfoots come and drunk the water and grabbed the fruit, but the whole time the camera system went down, which is kind of strange. So the story about cameras going bad with paranormal or UFOs, either they faked it or they actually caught evidence of what happens to cameras where the footage gets distorted to a static, which is very common.
Something must be real. Yes, something must be real about that, because, like I say, it is common, and everybody seems to say the same thing, that the camera went wrong.
Yeah.
So there is something in it.
I saw my YouTube video. Okay. Yeah, but you didn't mention his name or address or anything. Just that you were with someone, from what I remember, anyway. Tell me details. So I told him to screw off. Well, it says lots. The more you talk about this stuff, the more people come forward and with the same story, and you start to see connections. And you also, it's good release. I find release scary stuff that happens to you. Chelsea's not had any scary stuff.
No, I've had the sighting, but not any scary stuff.
The scary
Only the
stuff.
blessed ones have sightings.
Yeah, the scary stuff is more personal for sure, but
I've had nothing else. I don't want it either.
Yeah, I can't say all my experience has been bad, but certainly that one that was trying to attack me was a bit scary. And I don't know what it was, whether it's an alien floating above or some sort of apparition, but yeah, that was really crazy. But yeah, I woke up this morning and it was like super hot today. I don't know if it was the heat or something, and when I opened up my eyes, my vision was going all crazy. It was almost like I was popping in and out of a dimension. I just couldn't explain it. This was this morning, and I thought, geez, am I having a heart attack or something? Because we did do a late night, and I did get to bed to about 7 or something crazy. Time you left, I was having trouble uploading stuff and backing up and stuff, and I was trying to research the other thing while it was doing other stuff. You know, this process that was causing trouble. But yeah, it was funny. It was almost like I was in and out of my body, and it was going in and out, like an out-of-body experience. And I thought, geez, am I dying? Or am I dead? Or what's going on? So, yeah, it's well worth telling that story, I guess, just in case it happens again, or whether I die or not. Maybe it's a sign, or maybe I need to ease back on these late nights. So, but I didn't take any drugs or anything like that. I don't do drugs, and I don't smoke, and I rarely have alcohol, although I did have a bourbon tonight. But yeah, for mild pain relief, because I got terrible pain in the back. It does sort of work, bourbon and coke anyway. So yeah, you can see that we've got a few more subs today on BitChute. It's steady on 538 at the moment, but that'll probably shoot up like 10 tomorrow, who knows. YouTube subs are still going up despite all the crap and no live shows on it, but I'm still able to upload the episodes that we do here. So if you see anything crazy with Twitch that we've now switched to, people were saying it was repeating and doing some crazy stuff the other night, but me and Charles didn't see any of that, but we just saw the slowdown this side of things, and that might be part of it, you know.
Yeah, just say on the side chat.
Yeah, well, I haven't even told my parents about some of the strange stuff that happens to me, because it is crazy, right? So you think, if someone told me that story, I'd think they're bonkers or losing it, or up too late, or drinking or doing drugs or whatever. But yeah, in 4 years doing this stuff, I've gradually experienced more paranormal. I just call it paranormal for this time, and I don't know if it's related to aliens, or whether it's related to what I do here. But I'm pretty sure the people I connect with are part of the solution to what I'm having happening. And sure enough, you can also maybe get the same experiences by joining our group. You never know. We need to get Earl Grey to join our group again because he's ran off. But he's always too busy. But you know, he should really put his face in our Discord group once a day
He's
and
a good
say
topic
hello.
as well.
Yeah. So for the UFO stuff, I just saw this today, so I just had to bring it up and make a comment on it, seeing some of the stuff he was talking about. So I think we got it roughly in the right place. Let's see how the audio goes. Let me know if it's crackles. I've reset the mixer just in case. But after we play video, sometimes it kicks in with the crackle, which is a bug in the mixer, and it only takes a few seconds to reset it, of course. So we'll just see if that's the right place.
8K.
Okay, this he's talking about cameras here, so we just want to go over the cameras.
Before. I'm telling you, the guy's not legit.
Yeah, so he's bitching about someone at the moment.
And girls think different.
As usual.
Girls think different. Seems too low down to me. Is it low down on the thing?
The volume's always coming up.
So he's got his volume lower than normal, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Let me just check on the panel over there. So it should be that one. We got no closed captions on it yet. So that's another thing. If you do like over a 3-hour stream, you don't get closed captions, I don't think. Even though Google are meant to be, you know, fair to everybody. They're not fair to people that got impaired vision and stuff. Ears and vision. Why is that not coming down though? I'm sure I'm clicking on it. Look, it's not coming up.
Same as yesterday's.
It's because we have that testosterone. That's what makes us horn dogs. It makes us want to go out and you know,
normally would come down.
look for chicks.
Okay, just turn the volume up and just listen to it.
Yeah, I can't though. Let's see.
No, I said we'll turn the volumes up and listen to it.
Do ladies go out and say,
don't worry
I
about
want to go get that D? I gotta get.
It is a couple of dBs lower.
I want to go dance.
But yeah, why isn't that not coming up now?
Just play it, Paul, and we'll just turn our volumes up a touch.
Yeah, but here we go. It finally responded. Okay, let's try it. 240.
Dancing. I want to let my hair down. I don't give a shit who I dance with. I'm not going home with anybody. I'm just saying, I just want to release. That's all. Guys, I want to go out and get laid. That's what guys think. Is that the same for women?
He talks a lot of crap, doesn't he?
Not all, and not all men. I'm getting in deep, aren't I? The more I talk, the more I'm just putting my foot in my mouth. No, I don't think so. It's true.
Yes, we do.
You know it's true. What do you want from me? I'm just telling you like it is. So, ufology, has it ever been great?
Seriously, yeah, before third phase come along.
Ufology great again? I don't think so. We need to make ufology great. I think we're seeing that happen. I think we're seeing it on YouTube. There's a lot of UFO channels are no longer producing videos that were shit. Of course, they're out there like I don't know, Paul Jacques. You remember her from the other night?
I thought he was going to say me
Paula?
Then. Yeah, that's what I said the other day. I mentioned that name.
You can go look at Paul Jacques on YouTube, and you can look at all those videos, and you're going to say, we've seen these same things on Third Phase. You've seen those videos before. I'm telling you, the guy's not legit.
Yep, we still do.
There's something going on with that guy. And a lot of those channels like his, they're far and few between now. I think we see a shift in ufology, especially on YouTube. And I don't know if it's because of our little community that we're in, which is really a big community, considering we've got the largest UFO channel on YouTube as the main hub of all of us, right? Pretty much. I mean, Gufon's Gufon, don't get me wrong, but we're talking about the largest to the smallest. I think we are one of the smallest channels out there that creates a lot of freaking noise. Congratulations.
Correct. That's the first thing you said, right? All they do is create noise, so don't create solutions.
No.
You know, it's just like that Tic Tac video. Look how 5 hours we just come to the end of it that there was missing data and incorrect data, but we finally determined there's an airship. There's an airship that goes up there every 2 days, up and down the valley, from the coast of California all the way up to Bermuda Dunes. But we found that out by doing all the research, right?
Yeah.
Third Face put it up there. Yeah, Third Face put it up and say, "Oh, look, looks like a UFO, just like the Tic Tac for the Nimitz bullshit." So yeah,
this guy's crazy.
Well, that's what a lot of people say out there.
Well, at Gufon, I think we're seeing a big uptick. Maybe I took a step back with my video, but I'm still feeling stuff out. Come on, you got to give me a break. That video with the baby's legit. That's a real baby out there in the desert. It's like a Nazca line. It's just naturally formed.
The Paranormal thing, which was just like the edge of a mountain range, saying it looks like a baby face.
That's what you're seeing is the filtering of water over 3 miles.
So God made art.
I mean, you can see the mouth, the eyes, the hand, the blanket, the beanie.
Yeah, did you see what he did? Plex made a comment there. I don't know if he's out there at the moment, but he said, when he showed the pareidolia effect, he held up his phone and was using some phone app to change the brightness or overlay it and with a normal baby face. And he stuck it in an editor on the PC, and the footage from that he captured on that. It's just absolutely appalling. In fact, can we actually see? Let's see how viral it's gotten. Baby face, Middle East, is it? Let's see.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, haven't you?
No.
Well, you ain't missing much. Plex said, "Don't watch it. You'll lower your IQ by a factor of 100."
Oh.
Baby face, Middle East. Let's see if we can find it from pictures. We might not be able to find it though. Might have to stick in UFO channel or some bullshit, right? What would you call it? Bible. He was saying it was like the baby Adam, Adam and Eve. Do people really believe that all our DNA come from 2 people that were put on Earth by God? Come on. Get real now. Middle East, UFO. Let's see what comes. So it didn't come up with the baby face thing. Nope. Just a lot of fake aliens. I'm not seeing it. It was on Google Earth anyway, so maybe I have to type that in. Oh, is it here? What's that one?
In Indian rock painting.
It's not that one. Let's see. UFO, Middle East. I think it was over China, was it? Or somewhere like that. Oh, maybe we could bring up his video and just laugh at it, maybe. But I was hoping to see there was an image of it where someone's done it. So let's see, what's it? Google Earth, maybe? Google Earth. I hate Google Earth stuff. It's really boring. There we go. Is there any baby face ones here? Here's that ship one. Which this is a chunk of ice. I've been done that one. I can't see the baby face thing. What's that one? Nope. What's that one say? Underground aliens. Like dogs up to no good. What's that got to do with babies? Well, I didn't come up in these searches, so it's obviously not really popular. So since he's talking about it, we'll just bring it up and see if we can actually skim it and show you the bit that he's talking about. Unless he's taken it down. I think he got a lot of flack for it, actually. I think there's a lot of negative comments on it.
That's why I took it down there if he has.
Let's see. Here it is here. I won't. He put it in an editor and he's deformed all the aspect ratio. You'll see what I mean. He says he's still learning. He's a total useless person, really, in editing. Here's the baby head, right? Well, we'll come back to that in a minute. You can see here that the aspect ratio is all stretched and crazy because he didn't do it right in the editor. So the skull looks like it's longer than it should be. Maybe on purpose, maybe even. Far away snaps. You'll see what I mean. Look at the long foot. Yeah, I don't think so. So where's the scene where you can see the stretch? See, they're sort of stretched here. Yeah, you need one where they got pictures of people. So they found all these new bones, saying it's the oldest skeleton found and all that sort of business, right? Looks like I must have missed it. There's a bit there where you can tell it's stretched. Well, you can tell it's stretched more, but definitely it's certainly out of aspect ratio. But anyway, we'll just get to the baby bit. Where is it?
There's a baby there.
So there's the head of the baby here, right? Yeah. And there's an arm in the back of it. And it's just pareidolia.
Pareidolia.
Yeah. You can see if you scale right down, it'll be like the edge of a sand dune or a mountain range, and it's not going to be smooth like that. And that's in the cradle of the Bible stuff, right? The Adam and Eve, according to him. And he overlays the baby over a smartphone. I don't know why he did it that way. Where's he hold it up? Here it is, here. Coming up. It's just hilarious. There we go.
I overlaid it to the baby in the desert. The baby on... I mean, look at this.
And you're looking at that and you're thinking, what is he doing?
That's not proof that...
You compare that to my editing skills that I do with the overlays. That's just really shabby, right? Amateur. So there's the baby's head there. And he's inverted the negative there for some reason of the image, right? Because he hasn't cleaned out the other parts of it. So he's overlaying the wrong baby face even. It's even the wrong pose because that's a side view, or I'm seeing looking downwards, and that baby's looking upwards, right? So he hasn't even done it right. He hasn't even got the right image. But anyway, that's what he's talking about on the other videos. Let's go back to it. Oh, right, I forgot to look all the people that downvoted it, but it doesn't matter. We'll just carry on.
Maybe, I mean, it's real. But I think we're seeing ufology slowly turning right now. We're in the middle of
baby images like that. It's not.
I think we're seeing less and less of the trolls, right? We're seeing less of that Tyler crowd that believes everything. People want to see some real good stuff. They want that ufology, man.
Well, obviously there's people that want to see BS because they watch him in Third Phase of the Moon and Dr. J, who's promoting other big bullshitters like Blue Chicken Man, Corey Good, and then striking me because I had a criticism for it, which comes under fair use, but still they can abuse their legal process, the Americans, and YouTube rejected my counterclaim saying that I was fraudulent in the submission, which I wasn't. So they can go to hell, as far as I'm concerned. I don't need YouTube and all the bullshit that goes with it. I don't need a lawsuit. I don't have to try and fight this in court knowing that I'm correct. But what can you do?
Totally wrong. They were totally wrong.
Yep.
it from the government, so don't even think you're going to see anything until next year. To the Stars Academy of Arts and Science is never going to bring you anything.
Well, they certainly, one thing you can say they did is they brought great attention to the public media about UFOs again. And more people got interested in it since, and that's a good thing.
But the only problem with that
is they go to these going to these channels. You're thinking the same thing I was, just as I'm going to say it. And that's the only downside, that they need to come to my channel. So Fox News needs to interview me and say, go to this channel if you want to get the truth, but don't worry about the other crap out there.
They're done. I think if you hang out here, third phase, then that and it spreads all around. All of us, we're all in this community together.
Apart from me,
UFOs, aliens.
Apart from me,
the real man.
Yeah, one that's getting attacked because I show you up.
Yeah,
trying to think of the words to use, but you know what I mean.
Aliens, ghosts, cryptids, conspiracy theories. We're in that field of the strange, and I think things are starting to turn
making
around.
it up.
I really do.
Yeah, they're trying to put pressure on all the smaller channels, aren't they?
Yeah.
So that they're going to be alone.
Maybe it's just a couple of years
so the only
of trying to pound it out and explain about what's going on more than we ever have. Explain why things were bad in the past and they're good now. I think we had to have a learning curve. I think that learning curve is ended. I think we are now starting.
So the reason it's improved is because of my efforts and also for Tyler being taken down. That's changed the scene completely. So now they've gone to have to, so they've got to come and look for other channels and discover us. But Google is obviously suppressing me because the only way people will find me is on BitChute at the moment, which is going up quite fast. 500. We're only 500 last week, weren't we? That's quite a lot of subs for a small channel that's not like billions of people like YouTube has, right? So just imagine what YouTube could do if they featured your UFO channel. Just imagine if they featured any random channel for a week on their front page, what kind of traffic you'd get. They could really help out small channels grow very quickly, and then they profit from the advertising and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, we'll just keep on listening to this clown, and also I got two other bits to point out that he's talking about.
People smarten up like we've never seen before, and I think it would have to be because of what happened this year with the lockdown. A lot of people are using their mobile devices, their computers to communicate with people better, and then now they're stepping into the video genre and they're watching YouTube videos and they're seeing UFOs and they're like, wait a minute, that doesn't look right to me. That looks like a balloon. That looks, they just look at it and they can tell. Whereas before, we didn't have
watch our channel.
The cameras like we have now with 4K or 1080p. We're seeing things a lot more clearly, if you get my drift. That's why.
So that's not technically correct, because you can see some of the footage that we've been getting is still like spud cam, and yet they're on 20 megapixel cameras, because when you film in 1080p, it's not using the full sensor like a photograph does, unless it's one of the new cameras that actually do film in 4K or 8K. But a lot of people don't know how to set that up, because default I think it's always going to be like 1080p, right, to be so it doesn't chew up all your memory card, that sort of stuff. So you actually have to customize the phone to be the best settings as well. But as I've always said, it's not the sensor so much that's important, it's the lenses on front, and the lenses on phones are pretty basic, wide angle, that sort of stuff. Not able to zoom in and see small objects far away. It doesn't matter how many pixels you got filming off a cloud, it's still going to be a cloud without much detail, right, if you can't zoom in. Now, what they need to do is give some sort of electronic zoom in feature that actually changes the lenses inside the phones, which will probably come. And if they get these meta lenses sorted out where it doesn't need to use glass, they could do that quite easily, probably. So yeah, probably.
You can. I have seen that you can get like a binocular thing to fixed all over your lens now, can't you?
Yeah, but they're pretty cheap and nasty, and they don't really work terribly that good. But still, it depends on how it's fitted onto the phone. There's a lot of bad, cheap ones out there. I think you have to buy a few of them before you come across a really good one. But yeah, you can get one with like 30 times zoom, which is better than nothing, I guess. But yeah, like I haven't actually got the money to buy the stuff and do like an unboxing video saying, oh look, we got this new phone, new telephoto that can clip on it. Let's do a test on it and see if it's any good for UFO hunting. That would be really good, you know. If you're a big channel, you have people sending you Merc like that to unbox. So you see it on lots of channels that have got like 100,000 viewers and all that, get all this free stuff given from corporations to them. But anyway, we'll just we'll just keep on listening to this one about cameras, and then I want to talk about some stuff from cameras here as well. So yeah, just to make it clear.
Videos from Paul Jacques or Balloon Guy or Robert Bingham. You can see the strings very clearly. You can see the indents on the balloons. You can see the little valve that you blow them up with. You get to see all the stuff you couldn't see in the earlier years. Now, with that new technology and all of the 4K 1080p super high definition, it's very hard to post something on the internet and not have it be figured out. This is the toughest time. Look, I said we have no chance to win. We can't win in this field. No matter what you do. Everybody's going to say, hey, that's a...
Well, we could win if we got rid of all the frauds, right? And that's why we can't win, because we're too busy dealing with the nonsense that they're putting out to the UK rags and stuff and Fox News or whatever, to look at the real serious stuff that's out there.
Far too many people believe in them.
A drone or a balloon, a bird, a bug, a plane, a satellite, flares. We've heard it all. Chinese lanterns, pareidolia. It's so hard, but it's so easy. It's hard to catch real UFOs with such great cameras, with these cameras that are out. Even your iPhone. My God, they have an 8K phone now. You can get a phone that's in 8K. That's twice as good as 4K. Holy crap, you're going into another dimension. That's too clear. 4K is bitchin'. I've never seen an 8K broadcast yet. I have no idea what it looks like. I can't imagine. I remember when 4K came out. I said, that looks too good. Now I see 4K, and I look at 1080p, and I'm like, no, it's got to be in 4K. Especially after what I did on my video, I want to do everything in 4K now.
Yep. So we're talking more about what 4K and 8K is.
Because they're getting good, ufology's better. And because we can see things better, people are learning quicker, more than ever. Because the next 5 years, we're going to see more and more UFOs get debunked, and we're going to see more and more people videotaping things and them getting explained, I know. But even them, while they're videotaping it and zooming in, because I believe we're going to be like 48 megapixels is what my camera's at. I think I saw one that you can buy now. It's 112 megapixel camera.
Yeah, so he doesn't realize what megapixels is, and we did a lookup. So he's on 48 megapixels, which is what, half of that value. So he didn't say what his camera is able to do, whether it's 4K or 8K, but we got some figures up here to tell us what or video. Where is it? Next one here. Right, we've got to come to that, haven't we? That one. Whereabouts did we put it? Did I not keep the video? Oh, here it is. Here, isn't it? So this is talking about a 120 megapixel camera, and we wanted to find out what that actually meant. And if we look down in the comments here, it gives us a size, because you multiply width by height, number of pixels, and it gets you the rounded up figure, or what they say here. So it's 13,000 almost, roughly, by 9,000. So if you multiply those two figures together, it should get us 120 about, or maybe slightly over. And then just round it down to the nearest, or round it up to the nearest figure, because it sounds better, right? So we plug it into edit calculator, and there we go, 122 almost million, 122 million, which is 120 megapixels. So that's how you get that figure. Alright, simple maths. So that means he's seen a phone with 112. So it's going to be, that's slightly lower numbers there. So we looked at what AK is next on that. And 8K resolution refers to an image or display resolution with a width of approximately 8,000. So, you know, in the old thing of 1080p, it always used to be the second number, which is vertical pixels. So before 4K and 8K, they used to say that would be like 4,300 DPI, right? 4,300 DPI, that would be there. But it doesn't sound right, does it? Because now they're trying to fix it on the width pixels because of the big screens, right? And they then try to cram enough LEDs going the other direction to be as high as possible. And in this case, that one's only 4,000. But yeah, 1080p, that would be 1080p there, and that would be like 1280. So it's a factor of 10 more, all this sort of stuff, right? And then you got... Are you still there, Charles?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Sounded like you dropped off there for a minute. And obviously, 16K is obviously, the front number is going to be close to 16,000, right? And you can see here all these vertical DPIs, all slightly different. And of course that changes the aspect ratio, you know, the rectangle box it makes. So the least one is, what they call that, 32/9, which I've never heard of before as an aspect ratio, and that's 66 megapixels. We got ultra wide, which is 2.1, which I think is what they use in cinema, and they call that 101 megapixels on 16K. That's pretty amazing. That's going to chew up your memory card really fast, so you're going to need lots of memory now, you see. Then you got 2.4, and then you almost got 2.4 there. Then you got another 2.1 here, which is the same as that one up there, but it's actually got more vertical pixels. So it hasn't actually, so obviously there's a slight range thing there, is it? What am I missing? Oh, right, that one's 2, is it? And that one's 2.1, slightly higher. Okay. And then we got one that's 4/1. So yeah, 100-inch TV, is it? The latest, is that the biggest LCD we got now, is it, at the moment? 100 inches.
That's a big.
That's big, isn't it? You need a big size wall in the lounge for that, wouldn't you? So I always thought maybe keep increasing the size of screens is good if you're in like a big concert hall, right? So would that do away with the movie projectors? I think it will do eventually, won't it? Once they keep increasing this value here. And the size of the LCD screens and electronics to be able to light up all those LEDs fast enough without causing artifacts in the image. They would do away with the projectors, and it'd just be like you go and sit down and watch a big large screen that no one can afford because it costs like $10,000 or $100,000 or whatever, you know. So
Well, some
now,
people,
yeah, now we know what when they refer to 4K, 8K, and 16K, we're talking about the front number of pixels, the width. So he hasn't actually mentioned that there. That's this thing I go beyond when we want to look at cameras and understand cameras. I actually look up the technical details for people and try and break it down to simple terms so people can understand it. And there you go. So you got full HD, which we're currently on at the moment at 1080p. And then you got Ultra HD, which is 4K, which I should be able to do with my internet connection here, but my PC probably not. You need a few more cores yet to be able to process a larger image. And we got 8K Ultra HD. So Google and Twitch and all that will probably have to keep upstepping their hardware to be able to deal with live streaming and doing that sort of stuff. So yeah, we actually got a video here. I think it might be safe to play it. We don't want any more copyright strikes. But it looks like it's an advertising thing for what is it? It's Canon USA. So we'll just play a wee bit of clips on it without the sound, because I think they got music, wasn't it? They didn't have any talking on it. It's like an advertising video. This one here of the watch is actually quite good. So here you go. Where's it on that? And I'll just pause it there and just zoom in. Oh, it didn't pause straight away. Okay, so you can see the quality that they're trying to show on a regular TV, right? Here we got, actually you can see all the individual scratches on the cogs. And here it's just like a blur. So that's like a blur UFO picture. And this is like when you actually got a optical zoom lens that's actually in focus, makes a difference, right? So just keep on playing that. And you can see the scratches going this way. You can't see scratches on that one. And you can zoom in right into pixels without it being pixelated there as well, which is another thing. And we've got a banknote here. But they're trying to show it on 1080p here. But yeah, it's kind of clever how they've done it. Taken real pictures and then put it side by side and then redid it. And you get the actual blurredness going on. So I think that was pretty much it. I don't think there was anything else, was it? It's just showing the video capabilities. What else we got here? Full HD. I suppose they're going to do 4K after it, is it? Yeah. So that would be 1080p. You can see it's got slightly blurry edges, right? Now they've got their sensor here. So what can we see that's different? 2 megapixel full HD. Kind of looks the same to me at that. I can't see anything different.
apart from the blue on the right hand side of the seats.
Right. So that's blurry, and they've highlighted someone here in the audience wearing some dark clothes. He's got something behind him. So you can see a face there. You can't see a face here at all. So yeah, once you get that sort of technology for doing UFOs, right, it's going to be amazing. Especially if you've got an optical zoom lens for it, because that means you can then do digital zoom on the phone, and you can chuck a lot of the stuff off to zoom in on the UFO. In fact, you shouldn't really use digital zoom, but I know it's handy on the phone because it's like putting it through a normal editor and then just zooming down like I do on the editor, with the editor up here. I'm just going to double click it just to see if it launches, because we're doing a test run here as well. Did I get that? Seems to be selected. Last time we were running it, it was popping up really quick.
That's not
Okay.
too bad.
Yeah, it seemed to draw very quickly. Did I turn on the GPU thing? So we'll turn that one on. Give that a try again, because I thought it was messing up. Double click it. Is it gone? I just wonder if this mouse has got it. I'll double click it again. Putting it with 2 copies. See, does that seem slower with the GPU on?
Slightly. It's not that much.
I thought it was slower. We'll just try that again, since we're testing it. Clicked it. So when it draws up the side things. See, I think it's slower. Let's turn it back off and just do a compare again. And we'll carry on with our UFO topics. Alright, let's try it that way. Clicked it again. The GPU doesn't work very well on this.
Oh, that's slightly quicker.
I think it's quicker with it off, isn't it?
Yep.
So yeah, when we do an image here, we draw a circle. It's going, a square will do, and then we sort of zoom in. That's what digital zoom does on the camera. So optical zoom takes the actual light through the lenses and sticks it all on the sensor, which is the best way of doing it. When you do a digital zoom, it's taking what's fallen on the sensor and then cuts off some of it. So you can crop it inside the firmware of the camera, say that, and you can say then zoom into that, which is like doing a copy there, and then paste it onto the screen, while keeping the original image still in memory to work with. And then that's what it does, and you're seeing the UFO in that corner there, because you can see it a bit better than that little square, right? And then you can zoom into that again, which would be like doing a resize to bring it up even more. So this is what digital zoom in your cameras is doing. Apart from I didn't lock the aspect ratio, so let's redo that again. So here I've got to maintain aspect ratio, and the width I want 1280, which is 720p. It should be, alright. So normally it's 1280 by 720. So if I bring back up that red page here, just to show you what 1080p is, or 720p is. It tells you the width by what is 720p. And it should say the pixels 1280. That's what I was saying, because I always use 1280, and it always makes it up to about 720. So if we want to go higher than that, or 1080p, we can type that in. But of course, the bigger the image we go, the more memory it takes, the slower the computer gets. So I generally stick it on 1280 rather than using 1080. Does it tell us the ratio on that one? I didn't put P on the end. So you've got to put the P for pixels, so it knows it's talking about resolution then. Here you go. It's 1080p for the second 1080p for the second number, right? Which is different than the 4K and 8K and 16K, which was looking at the front number. So that would be 2000K, right? That's what they call 2000K. So the 2000K is a different way in looking at the pixels, and the DPI is the old way of looking at it. So there's something new we've learnt today, right? Okay. We always learning.
Look for it to just stick into my mind.
Yeah, we're always learning on this channel. And so we scaled that up. And that's like doing a digital zoom again. And now we're starting to see it's pixelated and starting to look a wee bit more blurry around the edges, right? Alright, you can start to see the individual pixels there on the shading.
Yeah.
So we could keep digital zoom until we get it really pixelated like that. So the phones have that sort of built into the firmware, which is software built inside the chip that allows you to do that very quickly, because it's not running at a higher level where it's got to do a lot of checking on the code and stuff. It's running optimized machine code that they call it. Anyway, so when you turn on your computer or tablet, that boots up what they call the BIOS, which is firmware. So it's already been highly optimized, and what it does is it's basic memory. It's like when a baby's born, it knows how to cry and it knows how to eat. PCs are saying when it boots up, it runs the BIOS, which is the firmware, and it tells it how to read the hard drive, because it doesn't know how to access the hard drive, so it has to be taught in the BIOS how to access the sectors and tracks on it, or communicate with the device that also has a chip on it, which tells it, which controls getting the sectors and tracks on the hard drive. So that's what the BIOS does. It also tells it how to read the keyboard and what the letters are and all that sort of stuff. So you need some basic memory when a computer starts up. So we can close that down now. And we're just doing this really for demonstration as well as explaining to make the live stream useful to people.
Got Plex on now as well.
We've got Plex on the side.
Yeah.
Which is also called Full HD. Yeah, we've just been through all that. Yeah, and then and 4K is Ultra HD, wasn't it? We just saw that on a graphic before. Yeah, a wee bit too slow to the screen. Yeah, BIOS means Basic Input Output System. Yeah, I didn't want to get too gritty on the computer side of things. Off the live stream. So yeah, that was a little good demonstration there. I'll put the link down so you can actually go and watch it, off the 120 megapixel camera, which is not quite 16K, it's 13K. It was 13,000 pixels across. It's pretty damn good though. Mega pixels, and there's a little video on it that we found. Did it post alright? Looks like it. It's going quite sweet, this stream, isn't it? I think we may have that bug sorted, huh? Fingers crossed. So let's go back to Gufon. I think we're almost finished with the first segment of his and the cameras that he's talking about, because he's not given any information out, so I thought I'd add to it so people could understand what he's talking about here.
And that's on a phone. I was looking at phones today just to see, because I have another year before I can buy another phone. I like my phone. I got the McLaren. It's like it's an unbelievable phone. I didn't like it at first.
CPU speaking.
But now when I use my Samsung and then I go back,
that's because I was doing checks on the other screen.
Wow, this Samsung, it just doesn't feel like. But then again, it's a Samsung 8 Plus. But I could already tell the difference between a 2-year newer product and now mine's a year old. And now they've got 8K
And
and a
16K.
terabyte, almost a terabyte of memory. No, it's 512 gigs. We're halfway there to a terabyte.
He doesn't
on a
know what he's
phone.
talking about. I don't think.
512, I believe it is. Gigabytes. These phones are going to do a lot of bad for us. I used to say a week ago how I hate cell phones. Well, for UFO footage. And now I don't know. Now they're getting to the point where it's going to be just as good as a
I don't think so.
DSLR. That what DB Cooper gave me. Let me see if those pictures.
So DB Cooper gave him a P900, would you believe? Now, he was friends with another guy called Vern that was struggling to try and document UFOs that were meant to be chasing him and stuff. Why didn't he give him the P900 camera to his mate Vern? I know John sent him a handycam that he never used. It was brand new. He bought it, compulsive buyer or something, and he never used the handycam. It was meant to be a infrared one, low light. So he sent it to Vern, and Vern said it was a load of rubbish because it's old technology, and it wasn't as good at low light as it should have been, or something. Anyway, I don't know. But anyway, makes you wonder why his mate here didn't send him the P900 for doing his night UFO hunting, because this guy doesn't seem to want to be doing much of it. Vern was doing it pretty much every night.
Yeah, Vern's on 24 hours a day, I
They
think.
should have
Enough, isn't he?
uploaded to my.
Well, Vern had a breakdown and he started swearing at me and saying I was a hack and all that sort of stuff, so I ended up blocking him. People go like that.
I know.
You know,
He does live with UFO.
I even sent him money to help him out. He said he couldn't afford to buy painkillers and stuff, so I sent him money. He never spent it because it was on PayPal and he couldn't get his PayPal working, which I thought was a load of baloney, because I can add a bank account to my PayPal and transfer it. Although you get hit hard with the fees. And in America, you can get a debit card linked to the PayPal as well, and you can put it into any ATM and draw out the money as well, can't you? So yeah, I just call BS on that. Maybe he caused so much fuss with PayPal that they totally ignored him. You know, of course they're like a control freak, like Google are, right? In fact, isn't it Amazon that owns it now? PayPal? Did they buy? It was actually an Elon Musk company, PayPal. Do you realise that?
It used to be eBay and PayPal, wasn't it?
Elon Musk and some other guys set it up, and of course he probably had lots of help with his dad. It was new bankers and stuff, and they set it up as a new platform for using on websites for everybody to sign up and transfer funds back and forth. But then didn't they get such a good offer from, I thought it was Amazon or something like that, or was it eBay?
eBay. I know
hundreds of millions, and I don't know how much it was now. Was it 500 million? $500 million? I know it was a great sum of money back in the time. And of course, he used that money to set up SpaceX and Tesla, isn't it? The car manufacturer. Yeah, Plex is saying eBay. Yep. Which is probably just as bad as Amazon, right?
Let me see if I got anything here that came through. See, why aren't those?
Is his volume
being
gone lower?
I took these.
I think he's pulling his head away from the microphone.
I think he's gone a wee bit quieter at times, hasn't he?
No, I'll do it tomorrow. These pictures I took with the camera, it's the Nikon P900. Thank you, Richie. I got the P1000s now. I know. You didn't have to tell everybody. You're better than me. I still got the P900. I just don't use it only if I'm going to go to the lake or something. Yeah.
Anyway, I think we're done with that, aren't we?
I wish I had it.
Oh, yeah, so the other thing I wanted to bring out, whereabouts was it now? He was using Fade to Black's video, and he's talking about copyright infringement, whether he should play it or not. So he hasn't got permission. You know how that he goes on about me using people's clips without permission? Because I do it under fair use. Well, here he's using Fade to Black, which has got Dolan's show on it. So I'll just play a clip of that and just have a comment on it under fair use. I'm not too sure where the part was where he's a bit worried about playing it. So we'll see.
Man.
I didn't listen to any music today. The last song I heard was Fox's intro, I think. Fox News.
Well,
Mr.
it's lucky for me that
Okay,
I
so
remember it.
Fade to Black just asked Dolan what was this last song he heard today. So we just missed that wee bit out.
And this is not anything in
Wow, man, he can really.
rock history or any disco, which I also love. This is something.
Dolan loves disco. Somebody, let me hold on, mark this down.
Oh, he's turned into an LG there, marks it down, likes disco. Stick it in the fall.
Is leaning closer to their speakers because
He's
they
got a really
know-
deep voice, hasn't he,
This
this
is
guy?
something in the bossa nova.
Whoa!
Well,
Because
well,
they
may as
know
well.
I'm about to ask you. What was
Deep
the
as that.
last song you listened to today?
Oh man. Well, it's lucky for me that I remember it.
He
And
skipped
this
backwards
is not
again.
anything in rock history or any disco, which I also love. This is something in the bossa nova
Whoa!
genre, and it was the famous song with Stan Getz and the divine singer Astrud Gilberto.
Oh,
God, that is so pretentious. What a pretentious.
Okay, so you're talking about me attacking people. I never attack people like that. He attacks them. Character attacks people.
What a pretentious thing to say. It was bossa nova. It was
These guys have double standards. You know, if I said, "Oh, that girl's a bimbo," they attack me, right? Here he's calling. He's calling Dolan pompous here on a live show. He doesn't even know the guy because he knew a wee bit about the song he was listening to, operetta or whatever it is.
We had Michael Stivic, who is also known as Meatball.
The girl,
I'm sorry, Meathead. Speaking of Meathead.
the girl from Ipanema.
yes.
Ba, 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 ba,
Man,
ba.
you know what?
Remember that?
Yeah, listen.
I haven't heard that one for a long time.
Unfortunately, I do remember that. God, my song, I would, no matter what, if anybody asks me, it's Fade to Black Metallica, all right? You just say that, you're in, because that's Jimmy Church. Doesn't he get it? That's what he wanted Dolan to say. My favorite song is
I
Fade to
would have said Paint It Black by Rolling Stones, right? Which is equally because this guy's channel's called Fade to Black, right? So he'll probably say, "Oh yeah, that's a good one too."
Black by Metallica.
Absolutely.
That's off the Ride the Lightning album. It's the last song on the first sides. I think it's song number 5.
Absolutely.
Serious.
Very much so. I will just say when we wrote after.
Yeah, what's saying on the side chat here? Oh, what happened there? Super soon decided to kick in. I think my mouse is playing up. Yeah. There we go.
Give it a bang.
Yeah, there's not much I can do with this mouse. You can't get me anymore. My nephew would beg me for money under false percentages. He would use it for drugs. His girlfriend got 20 from her mother. Yeah, I think every family's got some sort of teens that are doing drugs nowadays. That cause a bit of a problem in the family. My sister's ones were doing it. And we're not just talking about weed. Weed, you can sort of let go with, right? But the other stuff, the fake pills, you know, which are probably lethal and haven't been tested. You know, they call them the Chinese drugs, manufactured drugs, party pills.
Yep.
Yeah, he was staying with us, and he was buying and selling, using his Facebook of all things to school kids. And he's under 16, so in this country that makes you not a kid still. But yeah, we just needed him to be gone or wise up and stop doing it, because we don't want to bring a police raid to our house.
No chance.
And I still think he's probably doing the stuff, but hopefully he's wised up. I don't know. Some kids you can't get free, and until they're like 25, when they start to mature, the male brain starts to mature.
2010.
Sometimes it's too late by then, though, isn't it?
In the
Yeah.
few years before that,
They kill themselves overdosing or whatever.
I was
The worst thing, though,
being
he
asked-
was cutting himself, which is kind of crazy. To think someone gets a razor blade and cuts him across the wrist, and it's like a attention-seeking thing. Mostly girls do it, apparently, but yeah, kind of discuss it. Kind of makes me creeped out when I couldn't used to handle blood once until I become diabetic, and I couldn't even do finger pricks. Mum was saying, "Don't be stupid, just do it." Yeah, but it's easy. My finger's shaking, and I'm trying to stick a needle in it and scrape the blood off. I just couldn't never handle blood, but. Once you're forced to, and you get desensitized. Like, now I understand how nurses do it, because they do it every
You
day.
do that every day.
Yeah, they do it every day. What does your
Yeah.
wife do? She works for a nurse.
Just do it every day. Yeah.
She's a nurse?
No, she has to prick a finger every day for the blood
right.
test.
So what does she... well, yeah, she does the blood test. What does she work as?
She's in a bakery shop.
Oh, right. Okay, well, it's temptation there right away, isn't it? Pies and all that goodies.
Yeah, but trouble is, if you're in a sweet shop all day or something, you don't want them after a while, do you? You get sick
That's
of the
probably
sight
true.
of them.
Yeah, it's probably true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like
She's
variation.
thin. She's not overweight or nothing. She's thin. So,
Yeah,
only
but
about
you're
size.
diabetic. You're not. You're diabetics, but you're also vegetarians, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, that's why you're skinny. You're not eating pies and KFC every day like the rest of us.
No, don't go down plate. No milkshake.
No milkshakes even. How about cheese? I love cheese.
No, I can't eat cheese because that gives me migraines.
Really? Well, that's too bad, because cheese is fantastic.
No.
Especially New Zealand.
11 years old.
Yeah.
No, it's one of them things. What you don't have, you don't miss, as far as I'm concerned.
Anyway, we just need to find the bit where he talks about copyright. So let's just keep on going. I don't know whereabouts it is.
Constantly in the UFO community to talk about disclosure, and I resisted it very strongly. I didn't want to talk about disclosure. I always felt
What happened
Pretty
there?
smart, Richie.
Oh, he paused it.
Richie from Dolan. I can't play this whole thing. But, you know,
Here we go. Copyright.
Dolan has changed over the years, in my opinion. Not talking about disclosure? How can you not talk about disclosure?
that was a premature subject. I'm talking like 2005, 2006, because even then it was circulating. But I was pulled into it because of the nature of the work that I did back then, which was very... I tried to do very careful history, which dealt with the UFO phenomenon and the UFO cover-up. And anytime you're talking about the cover-up, inevitably, the other side of that is, well, the end of the cover-up. And so that would be disclosure. So I was asked about it almost from the first time that I entered the UFO field, but
He's
I
a wee
resisted
bit
it.
similar to... what's the other guy that he's friends with? Dave Scott. It's always got guitars on the wall. This guy looks like he's got the same sort of thing going on in his garage or basement or wherever he broadcasts from.
And I just didn't want to do it. I felt it was too speculative for me. But eventually I just threw in the towel. I started having conversations with Bryce Zabel,
We lost one person, haven't we?
Bryce found
Who's
me,
dropped
I didn't
off?
find him. And
Got
we ended up
four.
really hitting it off, and we decided,
All right. I haven't heard anything yet. It took him 4 minutes to say what he could have said in one sentence. But he fumbled around and said the same thing 3 different ways. I didn't want to talk about it. I
Which
felt
is what
weird
he does
talking
as
about
well,
it.
isn't it?
I didn't think it was the right time to talk about it. Well, Dolan, we're asking you now. Talk about it. This time I choose to listen to Bossa Nova. Let's hear. Let's go down a little bit and see if he says
So he's always
anything of,
mocking people, isn't
potency.
Centralized, by
Weird.
which I mean like control by the very, very wealthiest people, and that's the bankers, the banksters. You've got to find a way to control the people, and it has to be done with mind control. And today, that's not with religion. That's done with mindless entertainment. So you've got to distract the people,
like
of course.
So you
So
got to have opium for the masses. That's
entertainment's got to become more and more stupid, which it does.
right.
So he doesn't understand this comment here.
Opium for the masses. I guess he's talking about TV, right? He's not talking about actual opium. I mean, I came in the
Duh.
context.
What do you
One more
think he's
meeting-
talking about, Charles? I'll see if you got what Dalton was saying there. What do you think he's talking about? Starts with A.
Oh. Hey.
Starts with A. Addiction. He's talking about addiction.
Yeah,
TV
yeah,
addiction.
Yeah,
He's comparing it. Yeah, he's comparing it to opium drugs. So how you start it and want more and more of it, and TV's the same.
Yeah.
So this guy
Yeah.
doesn't understand it, right? Me, I
Yeah.
got straight away what he was talking about.
We're
And,
listening to this out of context, but I think I'm starting to get a
No, we're
gist.
not.
And-
We just heard what he said, and we got it.
And of
I
course,
got a gist. We got a gist of it.
drugs, both legal and illegal, have
Okay, we're talking about drugs. All
We
right.
are now.
All right.
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
widespread. Got to give people that release so that people can basically live their lives in fantasy.
First of all, drugs and TV, I don't think they go hand in hand. The media, that is
I'm pretty sure a lot of people take drugs while watching TV, and TV is like a drug. So why can't you see they're not hand in hand? Totally
Smoking
wrong.
wacky
that does nothing.
silly.
I don't
Yeah,
think
wacky
it does
Becky, yeah.
promote shit. And I'm just gonna say, as an adult, you choose. Not everybody. Okay, let me rephrase this. There's a lot of people who accidentally get hooked on opiates because their doctor keeps prescribing for either back pain or whatever pain. Then you got to get off of them. But some doctors will keep giving it to you because when you take it, you feel great and every time you take a pill or two, you're realizing, holy shit, this stuff feels. Every time I take it, 30 minutes later, I feel great. I want to cook. I want to clean. I want to.
Unfortunately,
No.
though, if you use it all the time, that pain comes back because the body gets used to it.
I'm on
So-
that.
So when
I'm
I
on it.
take opiate-based stuff called tramadol, it's really good. It just numbs you off and you can actually sleep. But I haven't had to use that since my alien visitation, which I know sounds just crazy, but the pain I can actually manage now.
I can't fight my pain. I
Yeah.
have to have the tablets or liquid.
Yeah, but
Got
but like he's saying there, you're going to keep increasing your doses just to deal with it. Sometimes,
Actually, I don't increase my doses. I just keep mine at a level dose all the while.
yeah, I take it when I need to, if it ever comes, and then I don't take it every day or whatever. Then come back off it, because I found already when I take it again next time that it's less effective already. One pill is less effective than it used to be. So obviously the body's learnt to reject it somehow on the pain level. We'll just catch up on the side chat here. I'll just zoom in. It's the old saying, opium for the masses. Before that, in the Roman days, they called it bread and circuses. Is that where they used to throw Christians into the pound with the lions? Distract the masses with spectacle and keep them fed. Then you can get away with whatever you want. Yeah, and that's sport and TV, isn't it? It's called being dumb. Taking pills without reading the prescription. Yeah, they tell you not even to take it with alcohol, and all sorts of people. And people take it with alcohol, and they're on live. And yeah, they're on live streams doing it too, right? They take the pill and glug it down with some bourbon and coke or whatever. Which is asking for trouble, because what that can do is it can actually stop your heart, can't it? They're saying that's what happened to Art Bell, that he overprescribed and mixed too many painkillers at one go or something, and it stopped his heart.
Whiskey, vodka, and stuff they drink all while.
That's
But
right.
I haven't drunk any alcohol now for over 20 years.
So
Not
you
with
could
my
actually
medication.
accidentally overdose yourself, because sometimes I take a pill and I think, did I take it this morning? I forgot. I can't remember if I took it or not. They need some better way for everybody to keep tracking it. And
Yeah, but you can get pill boxes now with the days.
yeah, I know you
put your
can.
medication
Yeah. But
So
they don't
then
give it.
if you have forgotten, you just go back and have a look and I've taken that one.
Yeah, you don't get it for free over here. You have to buy that separately.
Yeah,
But
you have to buy them over, but they're not expensive. I think they're only £2-3 or something over in one of the shops.
But for insulin, my insulin needle you get free, but I wish it had like a little flip thing on it for a counter, so you got day and night, so you know you've done the injection or not. Because sometimes I forget, did I already do that in the morning? And if it's flipped, I know I've already done it. You see, and these little slidey thing on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the wife, she didn't take that stuff. For her, she's not. She's only on the first level, so.
So he does talk about copyright here. I'm pretty sure. Let's just keep on
running,
going.
and then after 4 or 5 hours, if I don't take any, but when I take it, I feel great. And next thing you know, they run out. They either go on vacation or they're not thinking and they feel sick. Somebody says, "Oh, you feel sick? I have a Percocet or something or another they could take. Here's an OxyContin." They take it and they feel great. Guess what? They got accidentally hooked on drugs, didn't even know it, but they just realized every time I take a pill, I feel better. At that point, as an adult, you should either stop taking it or get sick. And a lot of people would rather keep taking it than feel sick. So that's the problem. We got a lot of doctors.
Why is he blabbering about stuff that everybody already knows about? You know, if you're on drugs from the doctor, you already know about that it wears off and all that sort of business, right? And you can get addicted to it.
Yeah, and he says that you feel great when
good moral
as well. With opioids, you don't, because when I take mine, I mean, I make me go to sleep. I'd like to just fall asleep. That's all I do.
Yeah, that's right. If I take it, it makes me go to sleep too.
I don't want to jump around and run off anywhere or nothing. I feel great.
It gets rid of the pain, but it makes you into a zombie. Yeah. That's what I get too, and that's why I don't take them.
Doctor with high morals. He'll either tell you to go somewhere else for your medication, and which a lot of these people do. They fake injuries after a while. It's a very bad, very evil, it's very, very bad addiction. There's a million different types. Gambling addiction, sex addiction. What else? Is there anything else? Gambling? Did I already say that? So gambling and sex. I don't know. You can be addicted to a lot of different things, but to say that...
I think he's addicted to Blake Cousins, actually.
TV and the media is making people want to take drugs. That's what I heard. What does that have to do with ufology? I don't know. But I guess maybe they're getting in. Like I said, we came in mid-context.
But we're just proving a point. He's using Jimmy Church's video
he's saying
without
a lot
permission.
Of stuff here. I may have to listen to this episode.
So they've used enough of this video here, right? It's the same as what I did. Jimmy Church could strike him out just like they got their mate Dr. J to do to me, right? double standards. All, and I bet Jimmy Church wouldn't care because now he's getting promoted through this. You know, he wouldn't do a strike against you because we're not saying anything bad about him. Maybe this is stuff, really bad stuff about him because he used to promote Corey Good as well. But the good thing is he woken up. At least he's woken up. But now you got Dr. J that's promoting Corey Good, which is a bad thing. So he's obviously got a lot of
frying into another.
you're sort of breaking up again. Yeah.
Out of one frying pan into another.
Another frying pan, yeah.
And these artists' renditions of these just wackadoo life forms, you know, like 20 eyes and, you know, giant.
Why is that wackadoo? This, it's killing me. Isn't there a spider that has a lot of eyes? What is that, a wolf spider? They've got 6 eyes, I think. What kind of spider is that? A spider with a lot of eyes?
I think most spiders have, don't
There's
they?
There's also other things.
Hang on, let me just look that up. So why didn't he do what I do? Oh, let me just check, see what the facts are on spiders. How many eyes do spiders have? Instead of just guessing, look it up.
I think it's all vision near enough, isn't it?
Let's see what it says. Jumping spiders are active hunters. Doesn't say number of eyes here though.
8 eyes, did just said 8 eyes.
Whereabouts?
Go back.
I was looking for a
they
number.
They usually have 8 eyes, 2 very large front eyes to get clear color image and judge distance and extra on sides.
Yeah, let's just go down a bit. How spiders see the world. I was looking for one that's got numbers or a chart. But anyway, we can probably bring up the image and see the eyes, right? Spiders, not spikers. It's probably why my search didn't work too well. Here we go. There you can count the eyes now. That one's got 4. That one's got 4. That's got 4 as well. That one's got 4. That one's got 4 as well.
2 on the back as well.
That one looks like it's got 2. That one there's got 2.
The middle one's
got
at the back as well, look.
Yeah, you can see the ones on the side. Can't see ones at the back of the head.
You can, the side there, look.
That one there?
No, at the back of that. Yeah, that picture.
Yeah. That one.
His eyes at the back of the side. Go above it, that now.
You're saying these are eyes are too?
No, there's some black ones that go sideways.
Yeah. Just
I'll do bullseye in a minute. Up a bit, left a bit, right.
Oh, right, it has 2. You got a big screen, I haven't. It's got, that one's got how many eyes? 6.
Yeah.
It's got 2 on the top of its head and 4 at the front.
Yeah.
Crazy design, isn't it?
That's why I said they got all-round vision. There's not, you know.
So, here's one. What's that one got? Looks like it's 4 as well. Or is it 6? Could be 6, that
6,
one.
6,
looks, oh, look at this 6. One. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is it? Is that couple at the top though? I'm not too sure. How many eyes do spiders have? Here we go. Let's click on that one and see what it says. So he's got us looking at non-UFO stuff, but okay, so it could be related to aliens, right? So Dolan's talking about people making stories up, seeing insects with multiple eyes. Well, it's not too far-fetched, is it? They don't have to be humans like us. 99% of spiders have 8 eyes. There you go. Some have 6, some 4 or 2. Well, we certainly found that out in the pictures.
As I said, they've got all-round vision, haven't they?
Yeah, can track movement. So they're like a security camera on walking legs. So you can see why they're making robots that look a bit like spiders and dogs that walk along and have eyes all around.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough on spider knowledge. You learn everything on this channel. But he's just guessing. Now we know for sure, right? So it's 8 eyes most of them have. Okay? And he said 6, so he's wrong. Some have 6, some have 4, some have 2. But most of them have 8.
A fly has those 2 big eyes, but many of them, like different lenses, and they could all...
Yeah, but that's all one eye, though, isn't it?
Different directions.
Is the fly eye many eyes, or is it just lenses? That sort of makes it like a fish eye, doesn't it? Fly eye, is it many eyes? Let's see what it says. Each eye is comprised of 3,000 to 6,000 simple eyes. Is it? Is that the fly? House flies.
House flies.
Let's just bring up that page there. So there are individual eyes then, isn't it? Right. So we're talking about these here, either side. So they have 3,000 to 6,000. So I suppose it depends on the size of the fly, I guess.
Well, that's all round vision as well, isn't it?
Yeah. And they only got a pea brain, remember? So this makes you wonder why we're not more intelligent than we are. If a spider could do all that with its body and we can only do stuff all. We're underpowering our brain.
We could do with an eye on the back of our heads and we better see anybody coming behind us then.
Okay, so here's some extra information. 3,000 to 6,000 simple eyes. Unlike the eyes of vertebrates, houseflies can't focus in on the particulars of the environment around them. Instead, they provide an excellent mosaic view of everything to the left and right, front and above. So one they got below as well. So that's why they're good, that when they see a fly swatter coming down, right? And they also can see at 50 frames a second, they can actually see the strobing effect on television
before
screens.
You get gone.
So it's like a fisheye, really, isn't it? That's what they're saying here. But it didn't say lenses. It didn't say lenses here. It says the eyes. Just all squashed together. If I'm reading that anyway. So it pays to be factual as you're misleading people, I find. Anyway, just carry on.
Shit, that's why they're hard to kill. They see it coming.
Millipede type creatures or whatever. But actually, when you think about what would constitute a technologically successful life form, it's possible that there might be a much more limited number of variations that actually would work.
Because of what I just, based on what I just said, right? Yeah. There's only so many chemicals.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right,
and for successful. But look at like what we are. So we're.
You guys, Plex left the building. Big Pharma is making a lot of money. Yep, heading out. See you all better. Okay, he's dropped off. Mr. What was his name again? Vincent Smith.
Yeah, Vincent.
Who told us that story about seeing a UFO near a shopping mall. So if you have not listened to that story, go back and through our live streams and find it. It was called Green Day Mall, but it's in
Green Gate Mall.
Green Gate Mall, and
I wrote it down so I can have a look later.
And it's in the playlists for members' stories, so you could probably find it quite easily. So we'll just carry on with this.
So that means we stand upright, which is very useful, like because our eyeballs are like 5-6 feet above the ground. That's really good for an animal, and it also means that we were able to free up 2 of our legs and turn them into arms, and that's really useful. And we got this opposable thumb, which is.
So he's saying we went from 4 legs to 2 arms. So we went from 4 legs to 2 arms.
I don't think so. If anything, the legs were actually arms. I think they might have been arms for climbing trees, right? It makes more sense because you look at monkeys.
Yeah, the apes.
And our arms 4 arms turned into 2 pairs of legs, right, for walking, because we weren't climbing trees anymore. And what's the point? What's the point of toenails, right? Obviously, because they used to be arms, and you needed the toenails for gripping onto things, right? So that's a leftover thing. Eventually, in the future, we'll probably have no toenails. We'll probably evolve without toenails, and we'll probably lose hair, because hair on the body, at least, or eyebrows and under armpits. What's the hair under armpits useful for? Obviously. Yeah, I suppose it's for sexual attraction, to store pheromones, like from sweat and stuff, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not into all that biological stuff anyway.
No.
Those are useful evolutionary developments.
So is having 20 eyes.
True. So he's got that right, Rich. Did Shelley not figure out how to get them to Twitch, or was he causing too much stink on Discord? Complain that we're hassling now or whatever. Yes, I'm not too sure, but the instructions I'm pretty sure I put into the members alert, and you just click on the link and just sign up, don't you, and just join the live stream. Shouldn't be too hard. And she's got multiple devices. She's got Windows she can do it on, she can do it on Android, and she's got a Sam.
She's more technical than I am.
Yeah, so I don't know why Shelley's not joined us, but yeah, she thinks we're picking on us, but she's got to keep stop commenting lots of stupid stuff in all the different rooms. It's just annoying.
She comes side chat and she's yak.
Yeah, she likes to talk, but a lot of women tend to like to talk, don't they? But to be fair, we do like to talk too, especially on our subjects of interest. So, talking's all right, long as it's on the topic. When they start talking about what they're going to prepare for dinner tonight and all that on the side chat, that's when I get really annoyed. Anyway, just carry on.
If Dolan never saw a millipede or a centipede, he would have said it is ridiculous to draw something with over 20 legs. Centipede's got 100 legs. What's that? Millipede has 1,000 legs. A million?
1,000 legs?
Result in our success.
Millipede. So we got to look that up, haven't we? Has a millipede got thousands of legs? Maybe a couple of hundred. Millipede legs. We got centipede and millipede. Okay. Doesn't look like it's got many legs there to me. So what's the difference? Millipedes are a group of arthropods that are characterized by having 2 pairs of jointed legs on most of the bodies. They are known scientifically as the class Diplopoda. Don't ask me to say that word. And the name being derived from this feature. Yeah, so di means 2, doesn't it? So plop probably means jointed, right? Each double-legged segment results of 2 segments fused together. So there's like little segments, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can see it here, little segments, round tubes.
Well, not 1,000 on them.
No, a couple hundred, some of them, box foots. How many legs do centipedes? Okay, let's have a look at that one. This is called Correcting Richard live stream. Here we go. Look, I'm closest, 200 pairs. There we go. The main difference that centipedes have 1 pair of legs on each segment, which is 2 legs. The millipedes have 2 pairs. Right. So have we got a picture of them? So in that little segment, they have 2, and these only have 1. But still, some of them are pretty dangerous. If they bite you, they're very toxic, aren't they? Centipedes can have between 15 and 177 pairs of legs, depending on the species. average 35 pairs. Millipedes can have up to 200, so they have roughly the same type of legs on it, right?
Yeah.
Apart from the 2 pairs of legs versus 1 pair of legs per segment on the body. Right, there we go. We learned something new.
And he will as well if he watches this.
He won't.
I can't. I don't know. Maybe I'm just dolined out. I'm out. I've seen and heard it all from Dole. It's got to be it. It's just no oomph. He just talks rather softly and rather very precariously, very carefully, very contrived. I don't want to say anything.
Are we going to do the ghost one after this?
And I don't want to say. He's almost
I think I must
like
have missed the...
Jeff Goldblum. Well, what we have here...
Did I miss the bit about the copyright?
Creation.
Maybe it's at the very beginning. Maybe I just didn't scroll back just enough.
Creates dinosaur. No, dinosaur.
I mean, he's talking about dogs talking
really,
like
really
this.
big.
But I'd rather have somebody talking like this. But the way he talks
rules the earth.
I mean, he's just weird.
That's Dolan in a shutnell.
No, but no. It's just stupid the way he talks.
He's trying to look like a U2 band leader Boner, isn't he? He's got a bright light in his face, so it shows up better on camera, I guess. And you can see when you look at the video that he was playing, the guy's in a dark, dingy room, doesn't really care about too much lighting, but he's all attention seeking. This is all attention seeking from what I'm seeing.
All right, here's something by B. Baker again, and I think this is pretty much the way
looks
things
like I
are
missed
going,
a bit. I bet they didn't get
anti-gravity.
permission. They didn't get permission. This is the ghost one, isn't it?
No, this is pretty.
Right, okay, we'll come back to that. Where did he talk about copyrights? Shame it hasn't got any subscripts. Is it? Oh, I'm not sure how much we can play of this because of copyright. Because he hasn't got permission. I didn't remember seeing it when we were playing it there.
It's all right for him to do it.
I think Tracy told me that the last time I was on.
Okay, let's just roll back a bit.
Trick-or-treating was made illegal here in New Mexico, Alien Girl Uno says.
Now, that alien girl is the one that said I was mumbling on like live streams.
Don't think so.
Isn't it, Walter?
No. I just had a bad audio setup that time, that's all. And speaking of which, is it crackled at all tonight?
I haven't heard anything.
No, I think it's alright this end. So let's see if we can find that comment, but he hasn't got copyright permission.
But because the CE5 thing should be now. I'm gonna definitely not do the C5 thing. We are gonna do it Sunday, right? All right, I'll reach out to those.
He's talking about a special live stream for Halloween.
I'm gonna reach out to everybody at once. I'm gonna create a chat room, send a link over, and then this way we should do one.
But we should be using everybody's music they've made, so it's sort of copyright free, and everybody can play the music on it.
I'm saying for those, and everybody's pretty much here that said they would be in it, right? Lisa, Alien Girl, Nathan. I think B. Baker said maybe. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Myself, Wreaking Havoc, Game Vet. I think Long Island Bigfoot, Dark Hour Paranormal. But I don't want people who are going to come in and screw this up.
There you go, Plex. You got an invite.
When we do this stuff, and joking's all great, but for us to do this properly, we can't have people half-assing it.
I don't know how to stop this.
I don't want to look in the review of the show, the replay, and see people laughing, or... I mean, I'm talking serious as a heart attack type of experiment here. I think Game Vet said he was going to go out with a camera.
So that wasn't a section about
all that
copyright.
Energy over to him. He's
Must
got
be
a brand new
close,
camera, seasoned full spectrum. It's freaking amazing. And I think we should maybe we should do a Zoom show, like a Zoom chat. Maybe that's what we'll do.
Well, we can do a Jitsi
You
chat.
don't have to be on camera, because I know some people are shy, including myself. So
it'd be good though if we had like
that.
a group of people that got
it,
music they want to share on Jitsi and
just
just join a show. That would be alright, wouldn't it?
I don't know. I know not.
Make some alien music for Halloween
I'm just thinking,
or paranormal.
We need
scary
content
music
for the show.
No, you're just going to play Dolan's
I don't like thinking. It hurts.
Fade to Black copyright
Seriously,
material instead.
All right. Let's see. So we'll get back to that. I'm going to reach out. What is this? Oh, Jimmy. Oh, let's hear what Richard Dolan was talking about on Church. Jimmy Church.
We are live from a bunker.
I'm not playing music.
Go ahead. By the way. And...
He works on your digestive tract, helping to move food through quicker and
press. You can go to Richard
I'm
Dolan Press.
39 minutes in.
That song stirs emotion. Let's get straight to it. There is so much to discuss tonight, but one of the things
believed that the UFO phenomenon and
12 when the book was published.
Yeah.
And what you didn't coin the term, right? The word's been around, but
no, right.
The way
what word
means a lot to me. Let's get back to that point.
I think Tracy told me that the last time I was on with you.
Can't seem to find that copyright bit.
As I recall, that went for quite some time.
Yes, and so let's get back to it, man. We can't let the world affect us. So, and that being said, everybody right now is leaning closer to their speakers, closer to their audio source, because they know.
Look at Jimmy building it up, huh? Everybody get in close. I need everybody to get around, put on your headsets, your Bluetooths. Listen to this, because we got Dolans.
About to ask you, what was the last song
CPU's
you
at
listened to today?
95% or less at the moment.
That's okay.
What was the last song I listened to today? Does anybody know what the last song they listened? See, I don't ask you guys any questions. See how Jimmy Church, he's helping the audience feel like they're here.
I must have missed a comment somewhere about copyright, but anyway.
The oldest trick in the book.
Man.
I didn't listen to any music today.
Oh,
the last song I heard was Fox's intro, I think. Fox News.
Well, it's lucky for me that I remember it.
I think we've listened to that already, haven't we?
And this is not anything in
man, he can really
rock history or any disco, which I also love. This is something
Dolan loves.
That's where we come in. So I don't know where the copyright thing. I should have bookmarked it, but you can see here he's using it without permission anyway. What else did he do? Just talked a lot of rubbish, didn't he?
Yeah, that's why I just skimmed through.
Thank you.
So he said thank you to Hey Google, and when I commented that on Twitter a few months back, he said it wasn't saying thank you to the phone, it was thanking the person who had the phone. Yeah, right. He's just done it on his own personal phone here. Watch this. He's a liar.
Believe it? No, really. Can you? How do we, has, if I could speak, ufology ever been great? What are the golden years of ufology? I think it's the 50s. That's when we had the best.
That's when we didn't have third phase of the moon and idiots polluting the fields, right? And I think, what time did Billy Meyer come along? What happened there? I double clicked, did I? Let me just get it back to normal. There we go.
60s. Let's do this. I'll do one better. 50s and 60s. Between 1951 to 1965.
So you can see how sensitive scrolling is. We were trying to get the OK Google business. There we go. Oh. There we go. He hasn't even pulled it up to the mic so you can hear it, right?
Thank you.
He's saying it's to his assistant, but it's not. Let's see. I'm pretty sure he's talking to the phone.
This is Alexa thing he's got, is this the Google one?
So why is this rotating here when I got super fast speed? So that's got to be a Google thing, right? Because we're streaming and receiving at the same time. It shouldn't matter a difference. See, that sort of got hung up there.
Do you reckon he's got an Alexa thing on the side?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get it so you can see the clip and see if you think he's talking to his assistant or his phone, because he's a liar. Oh, we got 4 going.
Google yeah.
Who's joined us?
No Google got transition.
Shelley could have joined us, couldn't she?
Yeah, easy.
Say hi on the side. Say hi on the side, see who's there. I say, why is it not playing now? Doesn't make any sense whatsoever, doesn't it? Look, I've got it paused and it's still rotating.
Froze up.
Froze up in it. Move it forward a bit. There you go, look.
1961. It's a good time.
Okay, it's after the phone.
51?
So we only get the phone bit. And we ain't going to get it.
Phoenix Rising, that's what they're calling it, right? Goes in there, turns into this, a Mothman. Right. And then the Mothman is not really a man. It's a baby human. Then you put him in the wheel with Ezekiel, goes through that portal, boom, right here on Earth.
Talking utter crap, eh? Where's the phone bit?
Believe it? No, really, can you? Has, if I could speak, ufology ever been great? What are the golden years?
It was coming up here, wasn't it? We just can't get that spot. Here we go.
1961.
No, we just missed it again.
It's a good time. Golden years of ufology.
I suppose we just have to play it through. Listen to his crap.
That's when we had the best looking photos. You know what I mean? Maybe even a little bit of the 60s. Let's do this.
Yeah, we did have good photos in 1950. That's true.
50s and 60s. Between 1951 to 1965.
But a lot of those were fake, you know, like there were still street lamps and models and stuff, unfortunately.
I don't know. It just feels right. When was Betty... Hey, Google. When was Betty and Barney Hill...
41, just before 4110, you wanted.
Yeah, but look what happened.
Yeah, Google's... just before 4110. He asked Google.
He did ask Google. It wasn't his assistant, right?
No, it was Google. He said, I just watched it because I've got it on YouTube.
Well, how come you can play it and I can't? So what's going on there? 41, 21, 9. That's where it was going to happen. Oh, here we go. No.
Sorry,
I don't know how to help with that. I don't know how to help with that. You got to ask the right question.
Yeah. Abduction of Betty and Barney Hill.
What year? That's what he should have asked.
Betty Hill were an American couple who claimed they were abducted by extraterrestrials in a rural portion of the state of New Hampshire from September 19 to 20, 1961. It was the first widely publicized report of an alien abduction.
He says thank you.
Thank you.
See? You know, I know someone else that does that, and it's my mum. I said to Mum, you don't have to thank a computer AI for information. And of course, when I criticised him for doing this the other time too, he said, "No, I wasn't talking to my phone, saying thank you to the phone. It's my assistant." But I don't think there was any assistant there.
Assistant.
1961.
Yeah, we need to do the ghost thing. I was trying to find that copyright statement, but yeah, I just can't find it now. But he said he didn't have permission, which is damn right. And of course, he did another one back here where he's talking about that guy. Maybe we'll come back to it, where he was the guy was saying he was banned from his channel not to use any of his video to give any analysis because he ruins his videos. I thought that was kind of funny. Maybe we can get back to that one. So okay, we got the actually we can use that because I got Plexus one queued up here. So we're just See if we can find that funny one where he's talking about what you said he was talking about me, but it's talking about some French guy that's part of the Alien Federation or something.
Yeah.
And the guy doesn't like him calling his stuff balloons. We got 2 people again, so they might have been drop bys, was it? I don't know how I don't know how Twitch advertises stuff. Do you remember which one it was? Was it yesterday's?
It was yesterday's, I think it was.
No, was it?
That one, I think it was, yeah. I'm sure it was that one.
Let's have a look.
I'm sure it was that one.
And the next thing I'm putting in quotes. Yeah. I said I wouldn't use periods, but I'm using quotes or brackets, whatever these sideways C's are. Now, he says in quotes, you now do not have my permission to run my video, end quote. If my video shows up on your channel, I'm going to draw a lawsuit. I'm warning you. I've had 5 people warning me not to post my video.
Okay, so he's criticizing some guy threatening to put a lawsuit on, but they're quite happy for Dr. J to put a lawsuit on me. Isn't it ironic?
Yeah, it just don't make sense.
Yeah.
Just on
your channel. Your sheep's in wolves' clothing. You touch my channel or any of my videos.
See, and he fancies himself as an actor. I said he should get off YouTube and just go around reading books to school kids or something, because that's what he's good at.
Yeah.
Acting out.
Psycho.
Yeah, watch out, he'll sue you.
I don't care.
Watch any of them on your channel. You're in serious trouble here, guys.
Yeah, the only problem is it'd be because on my video, so they'll sue me, you see. So, yeah, got to be careful.
For the other side, you are literally destroying plain evidence. Yeah, plain evidence. I think you got that right, Jack. How about this? How about you're putting lights on drones and shooting them up in clouds? That's what I think you're doing. Faker?
Have we lost Plex?
That's what I really said. I said, it looks cool. I'll use it, but I know what he's doing. I know he's putting it on a drone or 2, and he's got 3 different lights on it, changing the colors, acting like it's the UFOs
chat. That's
hovering above his house. We're not stupid.
Plex.
That's why he's so defensive. He's so scared I'm going to rip him apart. And I am. Guess where? On Facebook. Oh, I'm going to do it on D Live, and I'm going to go to Twitter because they don't give a shit. So, anyway, you see what I had to deal with, and I'm not even a third of the way done.
So, and where's this person debating him? Because I haven't seen it on his live shows. I haven't seen him bring it up on
in front of him.
Got it. Is it through email that he's reading off, or is it through Twitter account?
Email letter, I think he got.
Can you just drop out in and out again? Because you're really breaking up pretty bad at the moment, Charles. Not sure why the Android app does that. It happens less with Robert, though. We'll just wait till he jumps back on again. Are you still out there, Plex, or did you get bored? We got the ghost one coming up that you got analysis for, so I thought I'd bring that up as well. Later we'll probably wrap up for the night, because we've got my sister staying here with a crowd of dogs. And poor old Charlie, he's so jealous, and he doesn't like the little, the younger 1-year-old girl dog keeps sniffing his lumps. And so he's all snappy, growls at her, back off. Alright, are you back?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just talking about Charlie. He's all grumpy because we got 4 other dogs here, and the little baby, the youngest puppy, girl dog we've got here, keeps sniffing his lumps and annoying them, and he doesn't like it.
Snap at him, innit?
Yeah, he snaps and shows his teeth, but he's got flat teeth because when he was a puppy, he was chewing on pine cones, and it must be hard wood or something because they use it for fireplaces over here. And so his baby teeth his new teeth didn't have time to harden or grow, so they got flattened down. So even if he bit you, you'd only get bruises or maybe slightly broken skin. Anyway, this guy is funny, so it's best just to have a listen to this. But he just talks about calling him Paulie, and Charles thought maybe he was talking about me, but it's not. He's talking about some other Paul.
Hey, I put it up on YouTube's, yeah, and this guy's talking about me, yeah. What? Yeah, he's talking about me. He's breaking up my video and everything. Charles. I'm gonna get a lawsuit against this guy.
That's all right.
But anybody
can
see
hear you
your
now.
videos on YouTube. Yeah, not this guy. I told him he can't
Got
look
3
at
views
them.
again.
I told him he can't look at my videos, go to my channel, or there's going to be a lawsuit. You can't do that. It's a public channel. Hey, you don't know me. 5 people
Double
told
standards.
Me not to deal
They're
with
quite
this
happy to
guy.
take me down.
I know he works for the other side. Look at him with that face.
So right? you notice he hasn't even mentioned fair use here. I don't think he understands fair use. So he could have said to the guy it was fair use. I can do my review and critical analysis of it under fair use. Right?
Who's this other side is talking about anyway?
I don't know because he hasn't brought up any account name or anything.
Yeah, I know you
work
for
Rich
the other
Gordiano.
side.
Who gives a shit? That's what him and his friends are saying. I saw spaceships, all right? I saw spaceships, and I still see them today. I saw one this morning, and he's going to call it a blimp? No. Hey, dickhead, Paul Jacques, like Jacques Cousteau.
This is why I thought he was on about you then.
Fucking Frenchman.
Yeah.
With the blimp, not too.
Yeah, but I'm not
He's
French,
gotta be. It's a
I
name,
know,
Paul
I
Jacques.
know.
Why do they got to get so defensive?
Well, you know
Just
what
say,
he's like.
"Please
He
don't
could
use
mix
my
the two of
video."
Europe.
Yeah, I know. He probably doesn't know where New Zealand does he?
This is great. You have no clue what you're looking at in some of these videos. Not all of them, just some of them. And
well, I would say at least a good 50% of the videos he hasn't got a clue what he's looking at.
It doesn't need any deception. It doesn't need to be posted on your channel. You are ruining people's videos. Oh my god.
So he's talking about third phase
so
here
bad.
too as well.
Oh my god. I shouldn't be allowed here. Paul, hey, dick. I've been doing this for 16 years. Go fuck yourself. That's what I think. You know what? Not on YouTube. Facebook, Twitter, D-Live. End of it.
This is why I thought it was you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so did I when I heard that bit
I'm going to
too.
make a special video for Paul.
Because I skimmed it and got to that point there as well.
He's going to have a lawsuit against you. Fine. You know, they won't even go that far. They'll look at it. The judge will go, wait a minute. This guy says he's with the Galactic Empire. What am I reading here? No. See, Judge, what he's saying is this guy, Rich Giordano, he doesn't want him looking or talking about his videos at all. He doesn't even want him looking at him, Judge. Huh?
Okay, so what does that sound like? What
guy's...
Third Phase said? They don't want me looking at their videos and giving an analysis. Yeah. Exactly the same. Double standards.
This is why I thought it was you. This is why I thought he was talking about you at the time.
Yeah. So I could actually strike him because he's used videos of mine too, and he's to attack me. So I could strike him as well, couldn't I? But I won't do that sort of thing because I don't do it to people. Because good or bad publicity, it still comes back to you in some form. Even if you get trolls, you can block them. So it doesn't really matter to me. People get to hear about me either way, and then they come to my channel and see, oh, it's not as bad as what he's saying. It's actually quite good, and they may stay on. But anyway, I'm just trying to point out the hypocrites these guys are. He's working with Third Phase. They could easily strike him for using all this stuff too. Oh, I got permission. Yeah, he didn't used to, and he used to criticize him. Remember, if you go back through his old videos, he used to attack him all the time, right? Same with Tyler. other people.
And then they became friends. And fell out.
Double standards and very suspicious activity to become friends. So why would you become friends with a large channel that used to hoax stuff? And he admits they were hoaxing stuff, and now he says they don't hoax stuff. And Plexus talked about that too. Sent him a list of stuff. These are the ones they've hoaxed, and can they give evidence that they haven't hoaxed it by showing the emails they got and all that sort of stuff? Yeah, I've said the same. Can they do an on live lie detector test where anyone can ask him questions and have the expert tell us what he thinks, and voice stress analysis as well?
Yeah, actually, somebody else on the chat there said about a lie detector, and I said I won't believe a thing that any of those say on there until they do a lie detector, including third phase. Then I might start believing what they say if they do a lie detector.
And they passed it clean. And they passed it clean. Normally, lie detectors are inconclusive or false statements made. Really, anyone passes it with 100% truthful. Right? There's normally something they ask you that you don't answer correctly on, like have you ever cheated on your wife? No one's going to say no if they've done it before, so they're not going to pass it. Or there might be something you've done. Have you ever stolen anything in your life? And of course then you don't know, because as a kid you may have stolen something from school or whatever, and without really thinking about it, so you have some subconscious on that. You see what I mean? But at least it will give you an idea. If they get like 99% truthful and they passed all the ones where they were asked whether they created CGI or know the person that created the CGI on purpose for them to use, those type of questions we want asked.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. It's all about asking the right question.
His judge. He has UFOs over his house, and Rich thinks they're drones and wants to call him out on it. YouTube.
See, I thought he was talking about the same, that one of the looked like a dog laying down, that balloon. I thought he was talking about that house, but it must be something else.
Did Rich use these on YouTube? No, he didn't. But he did post some serious shit on Facebook, Twitter, and DLive. And the guy's in tears. He wears diapers, I think, if you read on, Judge. I mean, this guy's got... Yeah,
so he's making a mock of it. He wears diapers.
Poor Polly Walnuts. He's Polly Walnuts. He's Polly Balloons. Polly Balloons. I love Polly Balloons. You can't.
But he called me similar names though, hasn't he? Paulie something.
Yeah,
rather.
But if you do things to him, he go mad.
Yeah, he calls me
like
Paula.
Yeah, like he did that letter to me.
You can't get any better. It doesn't get any better than Polly Balloons. Poor guy. I mean, he's so worried. What are you worried about? He's so stupid. He's so afraid that people are going to figure it out, and I'm going to ruin his dream. That's what it is. I
enough
dream
of this.
UFOs.
So I just wanted to point out the copyright stuff there and the double standards these guys go through. Yep. But get back to this video. At least you can
understand why I thought he was talking about you. In parts of it,
I think this test has worked out quite well today.
I think it's been brilliant.
I think I've got that sorted out right.
Yeah.
So we'll just play this clip here of the ghost thing and see if you think it's fake, and then we'll go with a proper analysis done that Plex found and thinks it's hilarious. But anyway, we'll just carry on. So this is what I thought when I was watching it. So hopefully it's at the right spot here.
There's one video. I'm going to show you my favorite ghost video of all time.
Okay, we have to up the volume, don't we? Let's see, it takes a wee while for that to pop down for some reason. It's very low volume. And we got no closed captions on it.
I gotta find it real quick. Oh, Rich. I thought I was already.
So we want to give our analysis on this one too. and correct the mistake that this guy's putting out. This is the one that he thinks is the best paranormal experience.
It's got a certain name. Here we go.
See, we can't even see what he's searching.
Yep,
you know, when I
search,
you can see what I'm doing.
All right. So let me get the good version. I guess this is it, full length. This is my favorite right now because it's just the creep factor in it. That's why. It's the creep factor.
What room is that? It's the room right above him. It should be 209. John, do you copy? It's room 209. Amy says nobody's checked into that room.
See you later, Lee.
And there's reports of screaming coming from that room. Amy, he's on his way down there right now.
Hey, Vinny Barbarino.
So when I heard that, that sounded like a screaming that's overlaid on the static sound in the background. The audio for the screaming sounds too good to be over radio. And Plex has pointed out that his father was an expert on that sort of stuff, and he said you couldn't hear any background sounds like that on a walkie-talkie. So just keep on playing.
What's going on, John?
See how distorted the voice was, yet the screaming is perfect, right? So straight away I knew this was faked. It didn't give me creeps at all.
There's no one checked into that room. There should be nobody in there. Wait 1 second, John. Amy, are you there? Yeah, John says he hears the screaming coming from that room. And I hear it too. But we're
That screaming's just too good to be on radio. Full stop.
John, just wait. We're going to get a hold of the police. So, I would wait for the police, John. Amy, John's going to enter the room real quick.
Apparently something comes out the doorway now.
What's going on?
Who is USAA made for?
Here it is there. See that dark thing happening? I thought maybe there was something on the lens that's running along the top, but Plex said no. They just got it going through a mirror, and they've got a shadow of a person. So this is why it looks so bad quality, and it's actually going through
a mirror inside the room, I mean.
No, it's a pane of glass they've got in front here, which they're putting reflections on.
Oh. Hmm.
Right. That's why it looks like it's got reflections on it all over the place. Because the people come clean on it, admitted it as a fake. So obviously he didn't do any basic research on this. It's his favourite clip, and he doesn't even know it was faked. So that's how useless the guy is.
John, are you there?
Oh no, I'll make him really mad saying that, won't I?
And then something walks out. Derek, watch. Didn't it walk out?
John wants you to call the police right now if you don't mind. He says no one's in there, but that all of the furniture's been turned upside down and the hold on. He says the carpet's been ripped up and the shower is on, but nobody's in there.
And if you listen to that static, it's got a repeating pattern to it.
Man, that's scary. I'm officially freaked out now.
Oh crap.
That's just awesome. Watch.
And they did that with
See what I mean?
glass.
And did you see that inside? It looks like... Oh, that's his flashlight.
Shadow.
Yeah, they've got a piece of glass
It's just
that's angled
creepy.
in the hallway and just have someone walk along. I've shown that in the past with Darren Brown. He's actually got a video to show how they do those kind of party tricks for movies and stuff to make an actual apparition before they had FX. But he's saying it's one of the best ones he's seen because of the creeps, right?
These things keep happening, and we keep I mean, myself included on some of them, we keep dismissing them, but there are some real ghost footage out there. Yeah, I've got some more. I saw.
But what we just watched there wasn't real footage. So we got an article here,
made up,
which I'll post on the side. Unfortunately, we can't save it like we can on YouTube, can we? So debunked Rich's. So they did the same thing with that alien one, right? Rich's best paranormal, and he's meant to be a paranormal expert, right? But he's definitely not technical. He's not technical enough. You know, me and Plex can see it without even straight away. Debunked. And he's been doing it for 16 years, guys. 16 years. Yeah.
With all that experience, you should know.
Alright, so the analysis of the Screaming Hotel. So I wonder if we can get it to read out, actually. Now let's put it on the other browser. That will give us another test to do. So I'll copy that there. And I'll just close that one down. Because we don't need to hear him anymore, hopefully. We're going to be wrapping up soon. Why does that not quit? Alright, so a wee bit slow there. Maybe I have to redo the kill switch in a minute. I'll just do that in a minute. Start that up. And then run the kill switch. Why is that in the wrong place? Alright, it's corrected it. Okay, that's starting up. And I'll run the kill switch here for that task. I thought I double clicked it, or was it just slow? There we go. It's on the other screen. Oh, it found it again. It started up again, the little deadly little thing. I thought it was running a wee bit slower. Maybe that's it. Oh, it actually did run two of them too. I'll just run it a third time just to be sure. I wonder what kicks it off. I haven't found out what kicks it off. Must be another... Yeah, I reckon nothing's running now. That's good. Okay, that's the way we want it. Yeah, now we need to paste it into this one. I think it's running a wee bit faster again now, is it? Well, at least I've got a solution now.
Yeah. Not scratching your head now about it. Getting uptight.
Yeah. So let's read aloud, see where it goes.
Featured. Analysis of the Screaming Hotel ghost video.
Yeah.
Date, August 2nd, 2017. 0 comments.
No, it's perfect.
Room 209, allegedly.
So you can see it's the same
below.
video.
And another update in March 2018 is also below.
Here's the guy.
If you're interested in paranormal topics, I'm sure you've probably seen the viral video claims to be from a Wingate hotel somewhere in Illinois, and features a security guard checking on an empty room from which blood-curdling screams are coming from. When the security guy goes in, a ghost floats out. In addition, the voice of another security guard claims that John, our security guy, says all the furniture in the room is upside down, the carpet is ripped up, and the shower is on, all from a room that no one is checked into. The video most frequently shared is 3:01 long, and seems to have convinced many that it is authentic proof of a ghost. We're going to take a closer look at the video, as well as the person behind its creation. Let's break down the video first. In the opening text, we are told of the video that it has not been edited. Honestly, that should be your first red flag. Over the years of analyzing hundreds of such videos, it's been my experience that when they feel the need to state up front that they haven't edited it, it's usually been edited. And they're usually faking it. No, it's not science. That comes from experience.
Yep.
The ominous soundtrack that was added immediately
experience.
destroys the whole not edited disclaimer. Another hit to the claim is the video itself. In speaking with an employee at a manufacturer of these types of systems, I was told this video has been edited at least to insert the quad views intermixed with the single views. Security recorders do not work this way by themselves. They record the individual video streams, and you pull off the video that you need to look at later.
That's right.
The quad views are strictly for display at the monitor point.
Yeah.
In large systems, you can have many more than 4 displayed on a screen at one time.
Then
this quad view is what is usually seen on a security monitor.
So it's a second recording.
I have several issues with the audio track. In the video's YouTube description, it states the audio is a mix down between the security camera audio and a separate recording from inside the office.
No.
According to this statement, we have 2 audio tracks that were edited together, once again destroying the claim that the video was not edited. In addition, we have no idea what audio may have been edited out of the final product. As John, the guy seen in the video, is walking down the hall, the screams are heard for the first time. When asked what's going on, John's response is unintelligible. Both times he spoke into his microphone. Strange that one can hear screams from inside the room, behind a closed door, and picked up by the security camera, but John's voice could not.
Yeah.
John is using a 2-way radio that requires him to key the microphone, push the button, in order to talk.
This is where you watch the Out There channel, guys.
As we watch John make his way to room 209 from the elevators, there was something odd going on that, at first, I couldn't quite pinpoint.
Yeah, there was something there.
After reviewing it again to update this piece, it finally dawned on me. There are no other guests around. According to the video's description, people staying at the hotel began calling in noise complaints to the front desk with reports of loud screaming coming from the second floor, particularly room number 209.
Where was all the other people?
With the type of screaming we're led to believe is coming from this room, and guests allegedly calling the front desk.
So you'd expect people in the other rooms to be looking out.
One would expect to see concerned guests in the hallway, knocking on the door.
In the corridor,
But when looking at the cameras, we see no one but John.
Okay, so that's what 3 red flags now.
A very important piece of information was brought to my attention after I originally posted this piece. Hotel security cameras do not record audio. It's illegal for them to do so.
Oh, right.
Cameras are allowed in guest room hallways, but they only record video, no audio tracks. This alone refutes the statement that the audio is a mix down between the security camera audio and a separate recording from inside the office. There simply is no audio track from the security camera. The main voice, the guy in the security office, is having a conversation with Amy, the female voice we heard at the beginning of the video. She reports the screaming incoming from room 209. The main voice guy clarifies her as Amy within the first minute of the video. Yet, about 40 seconds later when main voice guy asks Amy, "Are you there?" we don't hear her anymore. Even when the main voice asks, "But we're sure that no one's checked into that room, correct?" there is no audible response from Amy. This is odd since according to the statement in the description, the audio is being recorded in the security office, and should have picked up Amy's side of the conversation, like it did at the beginning of the video. Main voice guy then tells John I would wait for the police. John fails to respond at all, and in fact, goes about opening the door and going in despite being specifically told to wait for the police. We see no reaction from John whatsoever to being told to wait for the police. Oh, and suddenly, without any additional conversation with John, the main voice guy changes his mind completely and tells Amy that John's gonna enter the room real quick just to check, make sure, see what's going on. There is either a severe lack of communication with the hotel, or this audio track has large gaps missing. Continue reading. John heads into the room with his flashlight, never turning the room lights on instead. It's important to point out that at timestamp 116, there is a skip in the video, John's body, and most notably his left foot skip position. This could be a glitch in the video, or a point where they edited the footage. I'm leaning towards an edit.
Yep.
John goes into the room, shining his flashlight around the room. Once John is all the way in and out of sight, a low-budget Paranormal Activity style ghost walks out of the room, and down the hall. We'll talk about this a little later on. While John is still out of sight of the security camera, the lamp on the wall in the hallway flickers. My first question among all this chaos is, why didn't John turn the light on in the room? My second question is, why don't we see the other camera views of this event?
Yeah, that's right.
At the beginning of the video,
you always turn
as
on
we
your
follow
full
John to
lights
room
when you get
209,
haunted.
we see that there are two other cameras, camera
see
7
what's there,
and
you know.
camera 22. Camera 7 is just at the next set of guest rooms, looking at the exact area the ghost walks towards. Camera 22 is down by the elevators and also faces down the same hallway.
See, that scene, you would put his hand in, try and turn on the lights and see the bulbs blowing, and then you use the torch, right? You don't just simply open the door and shine the torch in. You look for the switch first.
No, straight for the switch. It's just natural, isn't it?
So we're up to, what, 6 red flags already?
Yeah.
Hallway. Why don't we see the video feeds from those cameras? Because it's a hoax and would have taken much more work. A very faint ghost is leaving the room.
Here we go.
It's in front of the right side door frame in this screen cap. The ghost is most likely from a simple effect of overlaying 2 video clips taken from the same, stationary camera. Video footage of a guy in a sheet, walking out of the room, and down the hallway, is overlaid onto the current video. When the two are merged like this, all the objects that appear in both look normal. However, objects that only appear in one video will look transparent. I've done this myself a few times, and I learned the technique from little kids, who made YouTube tutorials on it. On a side note, I find it odd and funny that the ghost takes off down the hall to the right and
Maybe
out
I
of
was wrong
sight,
about the glass
but the
then.
lamp to the left of the room flickers. On we go. Main voice guy then asks John, "Are you there?" And 3 seconds later John comes out of the room, and still hasn't turned the lights on, and is looking back into the room, shining his flashlight into it. Main voice guy suddenly says, "Okay Amy, John wants you to call the police right now if you don't mind." We do not see, nor do we hear, any communication between John and main voice guy that relays that information. What is going on with the audio? It's edited, that's what's going on. Main voice guy is then telling Amy, who still is silent, that John says, he says no one's in there, that all the furniture's been turned upside down, and hold on, he says the carpet's been ripped up and that the shower is on. The problem is that we still don't hear anything coming from John, not from the security camera that supposedly had audio, it didn't, or the recording from the office. Also, at timestamp 153, we see John raise the microphone to his mouth and speak, yet we still hear nothing from either audio recordings. Do you need any more evidence that this video has been edited?
Transcript.
Some of you do, so I'll keep going. We never see any images or video of the alleged chaos reported in the room. You would think that something like this would cause someone to take a picture. Since this is the security footage, I also have to wonder why the footage from when the police showed up isn't included. Main voice guy tells Amy to call the police, and the room is allegedly trashed, all after hearing screams coming from a room with no people in it. Are we to believe no one called the police to make a report? No one took pictures of the trashed room. Well, yes, we are supposed to believe that. It's a hoax, after all. One more point here, there is also no verification that this hotel is a Wingate hotel, or if it's even in Illinois. With all of the issues I had with the video, and so many people sharing it on Facebook, with many tagging me, my OCD kicked in, and I decided to spend a few hours and see what I could find out about it. Let's take a look.
We had OCD last night with 5-hour stream.
Just on one subject, yeah.
Look.
At least we can laugh about it.
The video was originally posted to YouTube on September 4th, 2012, by the username JimmyNet22.
We learnt a lot.
What I find interesting from the start is that the video was uploaded under 3 different titles. Ghost Screaming in Haunted Hotel, Full Length, Sick, Scary Ghost Caught on Tape by Security Camera, Real Ghost on Tape, Scary Ghost Videos 2013, both posted September 4th, 2012, and Alien Caught on Camera, September 5th, 2012.
That's got to be Tyler, isn't it? Or was it Third Face of the Moon?
He also has another video under 2 different names.
I think it was on one of the channels, wasn't it?
The same day. Alien Caught on Video, 1988, and 2013. Ghost Walks by Camera in Basement. 2. Take a look at the Ghost/Alien, notice any similarities between this ghost and the one in the hotel video? It sure looks like the same effect to me, overlaying 2 video clips from the same stationary camera. I noticed something else in this other video. The opening text states I was recently hired to transfer a series of videotapes for archival purposes by the state. This statement sent up another red flag for me, one that made me think this guy is probably a professional video guy. The plot thickens. While updating this piece, I once again took a peek at his YouTube profile. I found that he's uploaded 3 more videos, 2 of which from a month ago, and are clips from a documentary entitled The Blackwell Ghost, which is available on Amazon Prime. This seems to be a paranormal activity style video from what I could tell by the trailer. However, it's the 3rd additional video that interests me. It was posted 3 years ago, and is entitled Ghost Hiding in the Basement, Caught on Video, Scary, 6. Spoiler alert, it's not scary. It does have an audio track that takes you back to the hotel video we're discussing here. The recorded audio is an alleged 911 call by the owner describing someone in his house. The 911 operator sounds a bit like the main voice guy in the hotel video. Ironically, at the end of the video, we get advertisements for his other video, The Blackwell Ghost.
Fake leaker.
Tyler.
Faking voices.
After subscribing to his YouTube profile, I checked out what he was up to. I found a post in which he reveals himself, "Hey. My name is Turner Clay, and I made the movie State of Emergency." 3. I went on to a Google search that brings me to an IMDb page, which has a listing for Turner Clay. According to the site, Turner wrote and directed the movie State of Emergency. However, it doesn't end there. Turner is credited as editor, producer, director, writer and visual effects on 3 movies, State of Emergency,
Again, that sounds like Third Phase of the Moon. Actor, director, actors, director, editor, what else? Food boy, hairdresser.
They're doing it all themselves.
Yeah, this channel was fabricating drama, and that's what Third Phase of the Moon have been doing for a long time. Yeah. And Gufon thinks they're not hoaxes. Come on. The actor, and Tyler had acting. He thought himself as an actor. They all were actors. They all were acting a part and put a video up on YouTube and hope it would go viral, make them $1,000 easy money, right? How long would you have to work to get $1,000? You have to do a lot of hard slog on low minimum wage, right?
Yeah, but the longer this is up, the more they're still making money, aren't they?
That's right.
Disaster LA, and editor for 2 shorts, Silent Night, Employee of the Month, also producer on this. He's also given credit for sound editor, post-sound mix, camera operator, actor, and digital effects on these and other films.
That sounds like Blake Cousins and Brink
Turner
Cousins.
also has a production reel for himself, showcasing
one
his
brother
work.
doing all one lot and the other
At the
brother
end
doing
of
all
the
the other
video,
stuff.
he lists the services offered. These include editing, visual effects, sound design, location sound recording, and others. JimmyNet22 revealing himself as Turner Clay. So we have a mysterious video, which no one can verify where it took place, released 11 years after it supposedly happened, and posted by a guy that not only writes and directs/produces movies, but has digital effects and sound editing experience/credits. My opinion of this video is that it's a hoax. A scripted and poorly created one, at that. It reminds me of the plethora of crappy ghost videos that infest YouTube. Perhaps it's a deleted scene
UFO
from one
ones?
of Turner Clay's shorts, or a film school project.
They're up there with
I
them.
originally posted this piece on October 1st, 2013, and it still gets hits on social media. The video
That's
on
what I said.
YouTube has almost 11 million views, and over 8,000
Whoa.
comments. I'm sure those numbers will continue to grow, despite the overwhelming evidence that it was fabricated.
Gufon hasn't found it.
Information is an
This is what I
important
said,
key
though.
to
The
any
longer
investigation,
the longer it
and there
stays
is
on
hardly
YouTube,
any.
it's going to keep making money, isn't it?
Well, Rich has just promoted it, and he's put a link in his description to the movie.
So now it's going to make even more now.
Yep.
Any to go on with this video. We don't even know where it was filmed. It's interesting to note an update that was posted to the video description. Update. Due to legal matters, I am not allowed to say any more information regarding the exact location of this hotel. Please stop asking. Thank you. One has to wonder if Mr. Clay got in some trouble for having acquired hotel security footage that he wasn't privy to. All in all, this appears to be nothing more than a filmmaker's side hobby, making cheesy videos that some people still suck up as proof. 2017 update.
Hey, update.
While doing some additional research for other projects, I came across a video by YouTube user LordNARTS that focused on the Screaming Hotel Ghost Video 7. Along with the coolness of him referencing my breakdown, he was able to dig a little deeper and uncover what I believe is the last clue we need to determine this is a complete hoax.
Oh, come on. How much do
In
we
his
need?
research, LordNARTS discovered a rare photography of Turner Clay, 8, pictured below, and compared it to John, the alleged security guard that is sent to the room to investigate the disturbances.
Hector.
Lorden focuses on the shot of security guard John as he comes off the elevator, and we see a pretty damn good resemblance. The same style ball cap with what appears to be the built Ford Tough logo, and the same striped lanyard around his neck.
Yeah, so what have we got for you? Yeah.
Yep.
A Tyler cap.
Yeah, and the same thing around his neck.
Yeah, they could have enhanced this. I could have put that through editor and made it a bit better so you can see.
The same person.
Yeah.
Neck. Although the resolution of the YouTube video is not the best, it's not hard to recognize the young man in the video as Turner Clay himself. As I looked closer at the video footage, it appears these were most likely his very own video cameras
not
set
Tyler
up on
Clay.
tripods, and not the hotel surveillance video.
Might have some
March
relation
2018 update.
You never know.
I recently did an article for CSI about the film The Blackwell Ghost, which is promoted as an authentic documentary about a filmmaker/journalist that sets out to prove ghosts are real. The link to that article in the references below. I became aware of this film while researching an update on an older YouTube video called Ghost Screaming in Haunted Hotel. It seems that the guy that produced the YouTube video, Turner Clay, is the same guy that produced and stars in The Blackwell Ghost.
Oh no.
I think I did a pretty good
So that's
deconstruction
fake
of the
as
Ghost
well.
Screaming in Haunted Hotel video back in 2013, and updated in 2017. The one thing that had nagged at me over the years was the hotel in which the video was filmed. According to the video description, it was filmed at a Wingate Hotel in Illinois. When I originally wrote my analysis, I spent a fair amount of time searching images of all the Wingate hotels in the state of Illinois. After several nights, I failed to
I don't
locate
think
the
Tyler's
hotel.
been there though.
I was left with a few conclusions.
Well, we
The
don't know,
hotel
do we?
may have been remodeled since the video was made. The hotel wasn't actually in Illinois, or perhaps the hotel isn't even a Wingate. I eventually accepted that I was most likely never going to find it. Fast forward 5 years, I just finished my review of the Blackwell Ghost, thoroughly explaining much of the alleged evidence presented. With tiny details and some in-depth investigating, I was able to locate the mysterious house from the film. Hint, it's not in Pennsylvania like the film claims. In the course of researching this film, I uncovered a lot of information about the filmmaker that I hadn't been aware of before. One golden nugget of information was that Clay and his brother were working for Toby Keith's Live in Overdrive tour in 2012. This is significant because the Ghost Screaming in Haunted Hotel, GSHH, video was published on YouTube September 4, 2012, Tuesday. When I looked further into Clay's work with the tour, I was able to find the original, uncropped photograph of Clay that I used to compare with the GSHH video. As it turns out, the original image is of Clay, his wife, his brother, and Toby Keith. This gave me the idea to check the tour schedule and see if there were any dates scheduled in Illinois. There was. I thought, maybe, I might finally be able to find the mysterious hotel. John Will Clay, Toby Keith, Mrs. Clay, Turner Clay. On September 2nd, 2012, Sunday, 2 days before the video was posted, the tour stopped at the First Midwest Bank Amphitheater
And I bet Google
in Tinley Park, Illinois.
Paid them really good money for ads on it, right?
Yeah.
Tinley Park, Illinois. I searched for a Wingate hotel in the area, and sure enough, one popped up. I was excited but soon felt the letdown. The front entrance and indoor pool didn't match up with the GSHH video. I decided to take a long shot and do a Google search for indoor pool and hot tub, Illinois. After looking at a few hundred images, I came across two that gave me hope once again.
Day off.
One image was from a Comfort Inn and Suites, and the other was a Baymont Inn and Suites. Both of the pools were very similar to what I was looking for. Top left, pool view from video. Bottom left and right side, La Quinta pool images. And then it struck me, the front entrance and pool images that appear in the split-screen view of the video was a decoy. They were probably from another hotel. But what about the interior? What about the hallway and elevator scenes? I grabbed some screenshots and compared the stylized signs at the elevator and at each room and confirmed they were Wingate signs. Okay, so they were actually from a Wingate. Next, I did a search of the nearby hotels and what the pools looked like. It didn't take long. About 500 feet away, the La Quinta Hotel displayed images of their pool area that matched what I was looking for exactly. The doors, light fixtures, and positions, signs, used towel containers, all of it. I found a perfect match. I checked the entrance and once again found a perfect match: doors, huge concrete vase, trimmed bushes, windows, etc.
Exercise room.
Another quick scene seals the deal. At timestamp 112, the video is showing the split-screen view again, showing views of the hallway, pool, stairway, and front entrance. As with surveillance systems that monitor multiple cameras, the front entrance view switches to the hotel gym area. It's on screen for less than a second, but it's enough to pause and grab a screen capture of it. I looked up the gym at the La Quinta where I found the pool and entrance, and it's also an exact match. Same 3 pieces of equipment: treadmill, cycle machine, and stepper, flat screen TV hung by the mirror, window, warning sign, and AC unit. Hotel gym from video on left, La Quinta gym on right. In conclusion, Mr. Clay was probably staying at the Wingate Hotel while working for the Live in Overdrive tour. I say this because the interior shots of the hotel show him entering a guest room, so he had a key. At some point, he got the idea to make a ghost video, but didn't want people to be able to find the hotel he filmed at. With that in mind, he walked over, or drove, to the La Quinta and filmed areas, front entrance, pool, and gym, that would not appear in any Wingate hotel, thus hiding where he was. He merged the videos to look like security footage, added his very bad ghost, and uploaded it to viral video fame. Then he used it as the first part of his Blackwell ghost film, which is also a hoax.
Here we are.
Sources.
Yeah.
So that's it for finish for tonight. We're just going to round up it now. I need to get uploaded stuff and download it. Trying to get a bed at be 6 o'clock probably, and they'll be up and making a noise. So maybe I should leave it till I wake up. Yeah, I am getting a wee bit tired. Okay, we should be able to close that down now. And let's check, see if that thing started up again. So let's just double click that, see what it says. Nope, I found nothing. So
good. What
starts it up, I don't know. But it looks like we're the only two watching the show tonight, most of it anyway.
Okay. It's been good anyway. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, you keep saying that every time we do one day.
I know, but I do love this that we're doing these. It's great. I ain't telling no lies. I just.
Yeah, but you can see how I learn this stuff too. We do the research, we do analysis, and we look up things. So we don't keep everything in their heads, so that's why we have to keep looking it up and just showing people what's. Just don't be a talking head, right? Well, I'm a talking alien head, but they don't like that. They want to see my picture on screen, but that's just going to add more CPU, and I ain't got it anyway, and I don't have my mugshot. on for everyone to say. You ain't got your mugshot up even.
No.
So I can just stop the alien head by right clicking on it, hopefully.
Yeah. So when you're on again now, is it tomorrow?
No, today's Saturday. My Saturday, but
Friday.
We do Saturday US time, so my Sunday. So I'll get tomorrow off, sort of. At least I get a break. Then we got to do 2 more live streams, but I still haven't figured out how to do scheduling to let everybody know. And I don't know if anyone got all the alerts because no one tells us. But maybe they might in Discord or on the video when I upload it to YouTube, saying I didn't get any notification. Would you believe that Dan posted a comment saying, "Why is there no side chat anymore?" I said, because it's not a live stream on YouTube anymore. That's why. It's on Twitch. He came over to here, didn't he? I'm pretty sure I've seen him on Twitch.
Well, I've seen him on the YouTube comments.
I
haven't seen him on here.
Anyway, so yeah, so my account doesn't get back to normal until 16th of January, unless he decides to release it. Which is what Lions Ground did to Tyler before they deleted the channel. But anyway, let's do the end credits and see how we go.
I'll see you tomorrow night.
Okay, mate.
Alright.
Yeah.
See you again then, Paul.
Okay.
See you soon.
Not tomorrow night, the night after, yeah.
Well, it's Friday, Saturday tomorrow for us.
Yeah.
So it's tomorrow night. Bye.
There you go. Okay, good night. You can drop off if you want. Yeah. There we go. Everything went nice and smooth. I think we got it sorted on Twitch now. Hopefully. Good night all. But no donations. Can't keep going on empty. But we'll see. Ready to end it. There will do, I suppose. Good night.